What session number is this? Are we chapter 13, chapter 14? 14.
It is over.
Okay, I have returned. I have a drink. I have water. I have a drink and I have water. Hello, RC. Yeah, this week has been weird. I understand that. I see that Jesse's done streaming, so I assume that he has finished his match.
The game ended with a shattering of broken dreams and stupid teammates.
Oh, that bad of a loss? That sounds rough.
We got to their nexus.
Okay.
But my teammates kept like chasing them into jungle on their own, like one or two, and then they got swarmed by the entire team and they died. And so they did that like 5 times in a row,
Nice.
which gave them enough time to freaking come back at us. So, you know,
Fun.
some people's egos and I want to get that kill. I want to get that kill. It's just like, you know.
Oh yeah, murder hobos. Cool.
They put that in front of the team game, and there we are.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, I hear a yawn. So I think Dragon's here.
Good start. I'm making coffee. I do have kettle on, so I'll go and do that real quick in a bit.
Okay. So, wait, you're doing it now, or you're going?
In like second things, take away control from me from Dex because I don't longer need it because she's actually here.
Yes.
Yeah, the kettle is about done, so I'm gonna go pour myself some actual like coffee so I don't die.
No die.
So
No
yeah,
die.
dare me.
But okay.
Okay, there we go. That is fixed. Yes, you do,
Yes,
RC.
RC, you do. Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, creepy.
Great minds think alike, right?
Mm-hmm.
And fools never differ.
All right, cool. Monhold's here. Obviously Tyrope's here. Jesse's making tea. Dragon's here.
Coffee.
Whatever. making a libation, a drink, a beverage. Shadow.
Cuppa.
Melon, are you guys both here?
Bah.
Bah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're just waiting on Jesse. Tiny
Again.
paperwork to alert to. Yes.
How there?
Out there. Cool. Well, it has been a hot minute since we've been able to meet and play. So, thank you for.
It's been like last year.
I knew someone was gonna make the joke. I knew. Oh,
And you knew that someone was going to be me. Come on.
Okay, we're not gonna look at my disgusting hair because I took a shower and I didn't comb my hair. So
It's a floofy hair.
it is very floofy. I also am wearing my glasses and not my contacts, which these are my old glasses that do not have blue light filters and are not my active prescription, so they're not great.
Don't wear glasses that aren't your.
I don't have a choice. I left my good ones on the plane on the honeymoon. On the way back. So they got left on some plane. Yeah, I was not happy when I got home and realized they were gone. And I didn't even wear them. Like they had been in their case and they just somehow fell out of my backpack and got left on the plane. And I didn't realize it until it was too late. And then because of our situation right now, I don't have the money to go buy a pair of glasses because even though I have insurance, it only covers a part of it. So I have to deal with these old ones.
Can you get a monocle?
I don't need a monocle. I need glasses.
I mean,
both my eyes are
the
screwed
frame
up,
half
not
the
just
price, right?
You said it only covers part of it. I mean,
You're
I was about to say
financially-
I was about to say, where seeing Neon with a monocle would be interesting.
I have the voice for. I could do a voice with a monocle. Are you kidding me?
I was about to say you could pull off a monocle.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna take that as a compliment. I hope, because usually the douchebags wear monocles,
I mean,
except for Mr. Peanut.
Although
The
I was
man
about
with
to
the
say,
money.
I was about to say, if you get a monocle, you need to hold on. You need to get this get up.
monocle, shut the fuck
I
up.
was gonna say, if you get a monocle, get a bowler hat as well, please.
I do say, my good sir, bowler hat would fit me quite nicely.
I was about to say, if you're gonna get a monocle, you just need to get this entire get up. If I can find it.
Yeah, I'm waiting. If it's Mr. Peanut, I'm with you.
So did you guys know that the bowler hat was originally invented to be like the old version of the hard hat?
Really?
Yeah, it's a safety device.
Oh,
Originally.
Mr. Monopoly. Okay. That's a top hat and a cane. Does he wear a monocle?
Yeah.
The newer
He
ones.
does have a
Oh,
Or
monocle.
the
he's
newer
supposed
ones
to.
No,
do.
He's
he
supposed
he
to.
used to have a monocle.
Okay.
He used to have a monocle.
Okay. I don't remember him having a monocle. I know Mr. Peanut did. I don't remember Mr. Monopoly wearing one, but
Mr. Monopoly used to
Mr.
wear a
Monopoly?
monocle.
okay.
Was that what he's actually called?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
Mr. Monopoly. Okay, so yes, thank you to those of you making the lame dad joke of it's been a whole year since we've played. Yes, it has been since the end of 2024. That's what I was thinking in my head. It's been almost a month since we've last played. I did do a more elaborate recap for the players just before we started because nobody could remember what was going on because it's been so long.
I have no recollection of this place.
Yeah, Gandalf was being quoted heavily. But I will do a quick recap for you all.
On
So
the stream, I should probably give you views.
I mean, I'd appreciate it, but I did just actually get session 13 highlighted because I done forgot.
Ad revenue.
Yep. So.
Sorry.
Gotta love my ad revenue. It's great. Anyways, hello, Hunter. So, anyways, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get back into the session here, and I'll do a quick recap, and we'll get going. So, last we left off, our group. Actually, let me do this real quick. Let me swap over to the actual music because this is background music. We want actual music, which is. Wunderbar. There we are. And then we're going to go ahead and go zoop. Okay.
Is Zoop just the word of the night?
Zoop. It's not zoop. It's zoop. There's a zh. It's a zh sound.
Your statement still stands. Is it just the quote of the night?
Apparently it is. I don't know why. It just keeps coming up. So, last we left off, our party had obviously still been down in the catacombs of the ancient city of Old Darun, beneath the city of Darun. They had been scavenging through various chambers, battling goblins and hobgoblins and gnolls, awakening and defeating animated statues, chaos, as Dragon just so clearly. It's just been chaos down here in the tunnels. Doing a pretty good job of staying alive and taking out all sorts of beasties and interesting constructs. In their travels, they found a chamber full of a cache of various what appear to be stolen goods. While most of the party was investigating this room, young Othwin was led through some sort of mysterious, possibly deital, I think that's the word, religious maybe means. I'm not really sure where to go there. From her talisman around her neck, further into the chamber, where she discovered another statue that came to life with her presence into the chamber, and another encounter ensued as the rest of the party joined her to assist her. It was shattered. The group then found a chamber beyond that was some sort of hidden workshop that was full of all sorts of tools, ranging from large metalworking tools to more intricate fine crafting tools, as well as various scrolls, books, tomes, parchments, schematics, mechanical components, ironworking parts, ampules of strange materials, and so on. As the group was raiding the room, sounds were heard outside, and it appeared that there was a large band of Low Hood gang members that had been investigating the room next to them. Othwin, unbeknownst to her, alerted them after dropping a piece of glass on the ground, and the party then resulted in a large combat encounter, of which we are still in the middle of. As we return to this combat encounter, it is round 4 of the combat, so we're going to actually go ahead and go, we're in combat.
Tara, put back on time.
So,
I have to probably not look at your stream and look at the actual thing.
that would help. So, we are back in combat, top of the round of round 4. Currently, there are only a handful of enemies still remaining, but it is the Low Hood captain that is... As the Low Hood captain that is in front of Talina, it is his turn. So, he, as of right now, go ahead and do this so that stream gets moved. As of right now, the Low Hood captain is believing that Talina... Actually, let's do this. Talina, roll me a performance... you did roll a performance check last time. And it was a 21. Yeah. So I'm going to let that... Unless you want to re-roll for the sake of a new session, I will let that roll over.
I'm good.
I was going to say a 21. I'm pretty sure. Yes. So we're going to let the 21 roll over from last session. You are perfectly dead as far as he's concerned. You're on the ground. You're bleeding. You just look completely dead. He then looks to his fellow behind him, looks over the top of you, over the top of your supposedly lifeless corpse and into the room beyond, and does in fact spot some enemies. And yes, dead, yeah. And he decides that he's going to go ahead and rush in to fight his new opponents, which he has a walk speed of 30. So we're going to go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Can I take an attack of opportunity as he leaves my range?
Ooh, do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so
The
as
entire point of faking it.
Okay, so as he is about to cross the threshold of the door, you do get an attack of opportunity on him. So go ahead and make sure he's targeted. Make sure you hover over him, press T.
That's the thing.
Yep.
And then it's...
Can you
this
take attacks of opportunity while prone?
button.
I think so.
Yeah.
Hold on, but isn't it made a disadvantage? Hold on.
Yes, because I'm...
But don't you get advantage on something? Hold on.
Well, so if...
you can't count
he
as surprise.
Yeah, if he doesn't expect me, I guess you could give me advantage or could cancel out the disadvantage. But...
So, a creature, when a creature is prone, a creature has disadvantage on attack rolls. But you would get advantage on attack roll if it was a surprise attack because he believes you're dead. So I would say yes, because of that 21, you convinced him that you're dead. He doesn't think that you're unconscious or faking it. He believes you're dead. So you would get surprised. So I will go ahead and give you a straight roll on that. Of which you miss by 1. So you basically... So as he goes to walk out of your threshold and into the next room, you roll over and take a swipe with your rapier towards his legs. And unfortunately, you misjudge the distance, and you just basically, the tip of it catches his armor, and he hears it against his leather and metal. And as he kind of turns and just scoffs and and looks up at the guy behind him and just kind of gives the head shrug, take care of this one. And he rushes into the room. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he is going to use the remainder of his movement, remainder of his turn to move another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, do more like there. There we go. Okay. That is his turn. Now it's going to go ahead and be Alexander. It is your turn. So, you are still invisible. No one knows you're there.
Yeah. How did I slide? Well, also game is paused, by the way. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But then how do I look around corners again?
You hold Q once you have your character selected, and you just move your
Q.
cursor.
Okay, so
I'm leaning.
Speaking.
I'm smart enough to realize that he told it to this guy who's still in the hallway right there.
I'm sorry. Say that again for me.
Did he told finish this one to this guy who's still in the hallway right here, right?
Yes, he gave orders to this one here to attack Talina and said deal with this. Dax should have dark vision applied. Yes. Do you not? It looks
No,
like
I
you
can
can't
see
tell,
him. I'm
that's
just
the thing.
confirming.
Sorry, say that again, Shadow.
I was about to say I just can't tell. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, you should, but if I click on you, it looks like it is. But okay, go ahead, Alexander. And if we get to your turn and it's still not working, Shadow, I'll fix it.
No. Wait, what? What's not working?
I'm talking about Shadow. You're good.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm trying to multitask.
Fuck. Oh man, oh boy. Does Stelina look hurt or nah?
I mean, you can hover over her and see how you'd see what you see.
She do be injured.
Yep.
Step to
But
the
you
side.
did see her. You saw her drop what you presume to be dead because she convinced everybody that she was
that's
dead.
right.
And then immediately, as soon as he tried to leave, roll over and take a swipe at his legs and miss. So you know she's alive, but you also know that her ploy is now up. The jig is up because everybody's the immediate vicinity have noticed this.
All right. The frustrating. Fuck. It's the one thing I don't know that this system doesn't keep track of is what, like, I have. Wait, okay, I'm gonna read defeat because I don't remember shit. Real quick. Okay, yeah. So it's just what this doesn't track. My shadow touch feat allows me to cast invisibility and inflict wounds each once without expending a spell slot.
Okay. Well, you've done your invisibility.
But there isn't a way to track that.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I know that I've expended invisibility. I don't know if I have a free use of wounds. I probably do because
you
it's
do. You
been
haven't used it.
a while since last time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause you haven't. I distinctly remember you have not engaged anybody in combat because you turned invisible and you've been sneaking around them. So you're good.
Well, I mean before that because it's still been since the Cobalt or not Cobalt, since the the previous fights we haven't rested.
I don't.
So that's why I'm saying I don't know if I have it. I
believe
don't think I
you-
used it. I
don't
didn't use
believe
it.
You've ever used it because I think you forgot about it until midway through our exploration of the dungeons here. So
Yeah, I do need an external way of tracking it though, so I'll work on that.
my
Okay.
advice would be to just actually, you know what?
What's up?
Go ahead and do your thing. I think there's a way I can make this do that.
All right, but Talina didn't play dead, and oh well. Yeah, I'm gonna do a funsies. I'm gonna step real close behind that guy.
I just made a way for you to be able to track it. By the way, if you look into your feeds,
Ooh.
you have 2 uses of it.
Where are my feet?
So it's on your third tab, the little 3 bars, the hamburger menu.
I see
now
what
added
you
uses
mean.
to
All
it.
right.
So
Well,
right now
it's I still.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
It's good.
Yep.
Thank you. It's just again, they have to be tracked separately, so I just have to still keep in mind which one I used.
What we can do is after we're done with this, I will make you an other feat of shadow touched invisibility and shadow touched inflict wounds,
Hell yeah.
and
That'll work.
then we should be able to track it that way.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna inflict wounds on
no,
this
I found
completely
him. I found him.
unknown guy.
On your spells page, at will at the very top, there's inflict wounds and invisibility. I'll just add charges to those. Go ahead
Yeah,
and
do
do your
that.
thing.
Yeah, I'm doing my thing. How do I do my thing?
What do you do?
Inflict wounds. I'm attacking this guy who's right in front of me, right next to Talina.
Or over the dude, press T to target him.
Oh, that's right. I need to turn him, and then do I get advantage for that for invisibility and surprise?
Yes, you do. You get one just straight advantage on that. No double or anything. But actually, do me a favor because I just noticed something.
What's up?
You actually do have. So if you go to your spells page, very top where it says at will, you see inflict wounds and invisibility. They have charges associated with them. So you have 1 of 1 charge on inflict wounds, and you have 0 of 1 on invisibility. So you're good.
Oh,
Yep, you just gotta click it,
cool.
and then when you do long rest, they'll reset.
Consume item unused. Oh, okay, cool. And then I do advantage.
Yes, you do.
Bazinga.
Okay, so that 100% hits. So you go ahead and roll your damage. Make sure, obviously, that he's still targeted, so you're good.
He is targeted damage and then normal.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of damage. That's a really good roll.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. All right, how do you want to do this?
Nice.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna figure out how to drop invisibility because I don't remember.
I got you. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into your effects panel.
Oh, assign status effects.
Yeah, no, we'll just go to
Or is
just
it-
open your character sheet and then go to your effects panel, which is the
Character
lightning bolt,
sheet.
and then you're gonna turn off.
Leveled. Turn off.
You're gonna turn off hiding, and you're going to you click the hamburger menu on concentration and break concentration. And
I'm still invisible.
hang on, this is me. I have to do this because I had
All right.
changed your.
That's right. You turned on my opacity. I remember.
I did that, and then I also
No.
need to go and do boop. Why is your color different? Please hold. What?
I still cannot see him.
What?
I'm assuming he's in melee range of the dude.
He
because it's
is.
spell effect.
Why? Huh?
I cannot see him.
Oh, I just screwed you up. I'm sorry. I just turned off your combat status. Hold on.
That's fine. We know it's their turn, so.
Yeah. And I know that he's second. I'm just gonna update combatant to.
Initiative, which one you should do?
I was gonna do 19, but yeah.
That works.
Why is he still? Not...
Oh, he's still got the invisible status, according to the.
There it is.
rounds.
That was it. Okay, you're good.
There you go.
He should now be
I
visible.
sees him now.
Okay. So yeah.
Oh,
So
I
how
was
do you want to do this?
muted for some reason. As far as it would look like to everyone else, which is probably just Talina at this point, if she's even looking, behind this guy who I assume is looking at her,
Mm-hmm.
he kind of the same thing would happen to him as to the serpent way back. Is just his from the back of his neck
Mm-hmm.
and spread into the rest of his body. His skin begins to just get covered in lacerations, and spreading right after that decomposition
Mm-hmm.
as he turns to this kind of, I don't know, greenish purplish lump of blood body,
Okay.
falls down, and Merrick, also spreading from his hand, the invisibility just drops and he just appears
Ooh, I like that.
right behind the body.
I like that. So yeah, so Talina, as you roll over to face your new opponent, you watch as the low hood kind of sneers at you, draws his weapon, looks at you, and all of a sudden you just watch as his mouth opens, his eyes go wide, and then you watch in this perfect unison of from the nape of his neck at the back, at the same time that this blackish, greenish, purplish effect takes hold of his neck and spreads from his neck all throughout his body, consuming his eyes, turning them black, and a black puff of smoke whiffs out of his mouth, and his body completely kicks this effect. In the exact same time that this is happening, the invisibility fades off of Merrick from behind, and so this spread effect from his hand goes in both directions, affecting him to be visible and affecting the low hood to lose his life. And as the effect takes completion on both parties, Merrick lets go, and the body to his knees, then falls forward and is dead.
And then Merrick's just gonna throw you a wink and turn around and face the other three that are on the other end of the room.
Spicy. All right, and was that your turn?
Yep.
Okay, so Basil, you are up. Zoop.
Question.
Grigor, you're on deck.
Because I don't remember.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember how many more hits the door could take.
If I recall correctly, I believe the door had shattered on your last hit. Let me
You want to
double
go
check.
ahead and poof the door then,
I can poof the door.
or move it out of the
Yeah,
wayside?
I'll poof the door. So the door is shattered on the ground. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I said that it was done.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. I think the door has seen enough. I think the door is done. I think the door is complete.
This is no longer episode door. We
Yeah,
can
this
move
is
on.
no longer episode door.
In that case, still within rage, and still able to do all the things, Basil's going to draw one of his daggers, the abyssal daggers,
Mm-hmm.
and go in for a strike on this dude.
Okay. He's targeted, so go ahead and swing about a swing.
Alright, I gotta remember how this stuff works. Hang on.
Yeah, just gotta click. All you're doing is clicking the item in your inventory or in your actions list, either one. And it should pop into chat, and then you'll click the attack button, which is you swinging for attack. You do get advantage because Spitwick is flanking. Which looks like that helped you out. So yeah, so you hit. So go ahead and roll for damage.
Let's see.
To be normal.
Normal, it's... Oh, hey! We got the fancy bonus on there now. Hang on.
The fancy bonus.
Well, there's
Bonus squared?
the piercing thing, and then the cold is
Yeah.
actually applied properly now.
Yeah, I had it all set up so when you attack, it'll do piercing and cold damage.
Heck yeah. Okay. And...
Ooh, 2 nat ones.
His resistances.
But 11.
All right. Okie dokie. Yeah, so you swing to his back and stab him right in the back.
With that,
Mhm.
can I also make the attempt for grapple?
I
Or is that...
don't think you can with a
Let
weapon.
me double check.
Because
Let me check the Tavern Dweller
If I
thing.
recall correctly,
again.
Tavern Brawler grapple was specific to with an unarmed strike or improvised weapon, neither of which this
Okay.
is. Yeah, these are actually
So
classed as a
only
weapon.
if it was, the door.
Or
I
if
could've
these
done
were
that.
still, if these had not been converted into daggers, if they were still the fangs, they would be considered improvised weapons, so it would count. But these are now daggers, so they do not count.
Fair enough.
Yep.
All right.
So sorry, but no.
Got
Cool.
it.
So, yeah. So you hit him and stab him in the back, and you guys watch is that for those of you around, when you see him stab him with this strange blade that looks like the teeth of the serpent you killed at the beginning of this campaign. When they strike him, you watch as ice actually starts to build around the wound, and when he pulls it out, the wound actually fills with ice.
Looks at dagger, looks at wound. I like these.
Nice. Okay.
Thinking in his brain, I like these because Raging Basil doesn't talk.
Oh, that's true. Okay. You still have your movement and a bonus action.
Heck, what can I do as bonus actions?
I don't think you have any bonus actions.
I don't think so.
Raging
either.
is a bonus action, but you're already raging. And then Tavern Brawler Grapple is, but you can't use it in this instance. So
Save that 10 times fast.
no, I'm good. Yeah, I think you're done unless you want to move.
Yeah, we just gonna hold where we're at.
Hold where we're at. All right, go ahead and advance your turn. Grigor, you're going to be up. And
I just hit end turn, right?
yes. Yep, Grigor, you're up,
Okay.
and Talini, you're going to be the next player up after the low hood one of these low hood captains goes. And actually, for clarity, the low hood captain that's going next is the one that you just stabbed, Basil.
Got it.
Got it. All right.
Basil Melon.
All right, Grigor, what are you doing, good sir?
I'm going to throw a dagger at the hood captain I'm targeting.
Okay. Yeah, he's already looking pretty rough, so go ahead and make sure he's targeted, and you'll use the dagger just from your inventory. Okay, just go ahead and roll for that attack. Okay, you hit. Nice. Go ahead and roll damage. Okay, so you throw the dagger from across the room, and he is looking pretty rough. He's got his back to you currently. He's looking towards Basil, and it sticks in his shoulder blade and just sets right nicely in the big chunky meat on his shoulder, and you hear him let out a scream of very uncomfortableness. All right, do you want to move at all on your turn? What was that? You're not gonna move? Okay, sorry, I couldn't quite hear you. Go ahead and end your turn.
You're super quiet.
Yeah. Go ahead and hit end turn, and it will be the low hood captain's turn. Talina, you'll be up next with Spitwick on deck. So, it's going to be this Goomba's turn. He is going to turn towards Basil, very upset at the very cold wound he just received. And he is going to, let's see, what is he going to do? Okay, he is going to use his, obviously he has multi-attack, so he's going to take several strikes against you, good sir. He's going to take, if I can remember correctly, hold on, I believe it's 2... Wow, I should have had this prepped already. 1 second. Please hold. Wait, what? Oh, there it is. Okay. Doop, 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 doop. He makes 3, 2 with a cutlass and 1 with his dagger. Okay, so he's going to go ahead and take a swing with his cutlass. He's going to strike with that one. And I'm going to do one more strike before I roll for damage. Okay, he hits twice, and I'll roll damage on both of those real quick. Oh, a nat 6. Jeez, okay. So there's that one.
I need you to stop it.
Right? Yeah. All right. And then a 4. Okay. So he does 9 and then 7 damage from both of those, and then he's going to take, with his left hand, he's going to take a swipe with his dagger. Ooh, an 18.
I should have just done a reckless attack this last round. Gosh dang
Jeez.
it.
All right, so he does
He would have
land with
gotten
the
an
dagger.
advantage. I'm not sure if you want to give him that.
Yeah.
He may have critted a couple.
All right, there we go. So then he swings with his dagger. So basically, he just very upset at you from the wound in his back, turns on his heels, and as he's turning, swings at this very wide angle, and the cutlass comes down and slices your chest, and then on the upswing, he gets your chest again, and then on the upswing, you've seen this maneuver before. It's this down, up, and then with the left hand, as his right hand is pulling his sword up with the weight, the left hand comes forward and stabs you in the chest with the dagger, landing all 3 strikes. This is the first time any of these have landed all 3 attacks, by the way. That's not common.
What's the temporary effect bloodied mean?
Uh,
Because I just realized that's attached now.
Blooded is because you're below half hit points. It affects some things, but it doesn't do anything by itself.
a bloodied. Oh, it just means that you're that you have half your hit points or fewer remaining. That's all. It's just an indicator.
Oh.
It's just an indicator that you've got half your hit points or less. Okay. And he is not gonna. He's not gonna move actually. Yeah, he's not gonna move. He's actually gonna stay put. He thinks he's been a little cocky right now. So that's gonna be his turn, and it's going to be Talina with Spitwick on deck.
Excellent. I'm gonna use half my movement to stop. That leaves me with 15, which means I can go stand next to Buddy. Hey, Buddy. Not saying that in character. I can see those 3 guys. Are they looking north, looking south?
So this,
all
you talking about these guys here, or are you talking about the ones up top?
These guys.
These guys up here? So,
Yeah.
there we go. So these 2 right here are talking to each other. So this guy's facing this way. Actually, I'll make it easy. There, that's the way they're facing.
Okay.
So wherever their eye line is where they're facing. Think of a cone. So you've got like,
Yeah.
there you go. So like old school, like Commandos games of you have their little vision circle, like.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, that's what I look forward to when I do like tabletop online. Give me some vision cones.
You want some vision cones? I'll give you vision cones.
I love vision cones. I can do stealth then.
There you go. There's vision
Or
cones.
I can I can correct myself. I can do video gamey stuff.
Okay, there you go. There's your vision cones.
Stonks.
You know where this guy's vision cone is? Nothing. He's dead.
The hell is on the screen? I'm just.
What?
I
Yeah.
just look up from zoning out for a moment, and I just look up and see triangles.
Yeah, we were talking about vision cones. They were wanting to know what way they're facing, so I created vision cones. That's where they can see.
All right. Neon put pizzas on the screen. Got it.
You never played a game with vision cones?
No.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyways,
Do you not play Baldur's Gate?
wait, Talina, are you done with your turn?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah, those are vision code. Never mind. Yeah, I guess I have.
All right. So it's Spitwick's turn. He is gonna try to stab this guy in the back with his
Rude.
spear. This kid is useless. He just
Wake me
fails.
up when he hits something, eh?
Right? Yeah. I can't. Oh wait, he gets advantage because he's flanking. Sorry, hold on. Roll one more time. He rolled an 8 after rolling a 7. He's
Yep, I'm done.
utterly useless. Maybe I should. Oh my gosh, I thought he'd be way more of a help to you guys, and he's not. So yeah, he just basically takes a stab, and it doesn't even penetrate the armor. It just goes tink, and it hits all the leather armor and just stops. And you just see Spitwick frown. And he's just going to. You guys hear an audible gulp, and he decides to scurry away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because he realizes he's useless. Okay. And that's going to be his turn. Othwin, you're up, and it's going to be the low hood, last low hood captain down here on deck, and then it's going to be Daxori's turn.
Okay, let's see. What to do.
Poke him with the stick.
I can't poke him with a stick.
I mean, you can. It just may not do much.
I mean, according to the hover
Middle.
text, he's near death, so stick might be enough.
Mm. Got to do me some measure. Oh, yeah, that's totally in range.
I would hope so. I don't think there's anything that requires a short range like that.
Poking him with a stick does.
Well, your stick's about 3 inches long, so I mean, yeah.
Listen, my inflict wounds need to be up close
That's
and
true.
personal.
Well, I just meant like, you're like, is that within range? Like, I mean, it's way less than 30.
Oh yeah, I wanted to make sure it was in, range of Sacred Flame.
Womp, womp, womp.
See,
Okay.
what you need is you need to pick meta magic later
Oh,
down the
shoot.
line. Make it a lot of fun.
Okay. Wait. I'm rolling a dexterity saving throw, and he does not have. I'm trying to think if he has any situational bonus. No. Okay. So he's normal. Roll a 10. Okay. So
Heck yeah,
he failed.
he did.
What?
He didn't make it. He
No,
failed.
he did. No. He needed a DC 12. He rolled a 13.
Oh, I can't read. Okay, how dare?
Yeah. No. He rolled a 10, but he has a +3 to his dex, so it's a 13. So yeah. So he hears the burb chirp a little bit as the evocation is cast, and he just kind of turns and dodges and it misses it. What else will the burb do?
Your bell, but we'll go here
Okay.
and enter.
Okay. So it is this guy's turn, and he is realizing he is very surrounded, and he's very injured. Honestly, actually, you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna run. He is gonna attempt to run.
Good luck.
Unfortunately for him, he is injured. He is not feeling good, and he basically tries to plow his way through the two of you. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so right
Can
here,
I attack him as he
Yes.
plows past me?
you both get attacks of opportunity because he's gonna basically it's when he leaves your melee range and he's about to leave it. So you both get an opportunity of attack of opportunity. Well, Dax, you'll go first since you're next in the turn initiative, and then Othwin, you'll go after that. So he
Is it just an attack with advantage?
No, it's just a regular attack, no advantage.
Yeah, just a weapon attack.
Okay, where is it?
So in your character sheet, if you're going to attack with your short sword, you click your short sword. If it's your dagger, you click your dagger. It's whatever weapon you're attacking with, but because of the circumstances, it can only be your short sword or your dagger.
Oh yeah.
Just make sure he's targeted, and then go ahead and click the attack button in chat.
Not letting me. Give me a second.
Ooh, nice. All right, go ahead and roll damage. You hit him. Ooh, nice. All right, and then Othwin, you get to make your attack of opportunity as well. Which, again, it's just going to be whatever your normal attack is. Which I think is just hitting him with a stick.
What is angle top?
Yeah, it's your club, so you'll just basically click your club. Make sure he's targeted, obviously.
And I gotta figure out where that is.
It's in your inventory.
Okay.
So if you go to your backpack, it's the second option down under weapons.
Oh, I
If you
have
guys
it.
want, for the record, if you want something to be accessible more often, click and drag it to the dotted box under favorite underneath your character art, and it'll stay there no matter what screen you're on, so you can quickly access your weapons and spells.
That'd be smart.
Drag it
Great
onto the
roll,
hot
right?
bar at the bottom of the screen.
You can also do that. The hotbar at the bottom will let you drag anything down there that you want to trigger on the regular.
I have my spells all sat there and all organized.
Nice. Yeah, you can do that. And also, if you want, there's multiple hotbars. You have up to 5 that you can create with the little toggle bar on the right.
Oh
Shoot.
my.
Yep. So you're not
It's just
limited
a
to that.
straight roll, right?
Yes, you're just going to go ahead and click attack as long as he's targeted. I mean, let's be honest, that kind of makes sense. Like, that's fair. So yeah, so he runs up and he tries to plow his way past both of you, and he just basically, he's got one hand holding his wound on his chest. He's got a dagger sticking out of one shoulder. He's got an arrow sticking out of another area of him. He's bleeding from multiple stab wounds. And he just basically tries to push his way past both of you as he charges towards his ally. And Dax, you basically kind of do this Neo backbend move as you come down and slice him across his torso with your short sword, cutting a nice good chunk out of him, and he starts bleeding more, and he's looking really rough. And off when you see this happen, you just basically hop up and swing your little club, and you kind of just hit his leg, and he just kind of doesn't even notice and keeps moving. So he is going to complete his movement. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and that's as far as he's going to get. And he's looking really rough. All right, that's going to be his turn. Dax, it is your turn with the next low hood captain, which is this guy right here. He'll be next. Alexander, you're the next player on deck.
Who's the next one? Who's the next low hood captain?
You're up, and Alexander is the next player on deck.
Okay.
The next captain is the unharmed one.
Yes, the next captain right here. He's going to go before Alexander, and he is unharmed.
Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do?
Tyra Up, I'm so glad that you actually have dragged all your stuff down to your hotbar. That makes me happy that people are using it.
No, I'm not using it. I just have it there.
You do realize all you have to do to do that, though, is if you target somebody and just hit the number, it'll trigger it like it's like normal.
Oh yeah, no, I
Okay.
know how to use it. It's just
Man, I miss World of
which icon
Warcraft.
is which by the time I get back
Just
to
checking,
it.
just checking.
Giggity.
So what's Dax gonna do?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I mean, you have a short bow.
So, I'm going to go. Dax is basically going to go ahead and she's going to charge at the other low hood captain with her short sword drawn.
Okay,
And she's going to try and attack.
this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Go ahead and move and make sure he's targeted, because right now you're targeting the other one. Okay, and then go ahead and use your short sword.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Unfortunately, he sees you coming, and he kind of half back steps, and he kind of ducks his, like, you basically, your sword goes kind of right over the top of his chin as he kind of leans his head back. And you actually watch as he does this. He almost loses his balance on the step and kind of, has to, like, kind of catch himself.
Okay.
Also, for the record, if you would like to use your normal dice on stuff, you can just roll a d20. We'll add the modifiers, because I know we were talking about that before we started playing.
Okay.
That's numbers.
With that, seeing that her attack was a fail,
Mm-hmm.
Dax is going to go ahead and take a couple steps back.
Okay, as soon as you take a step back, he's going to get a reaction of an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Okay, so as you go to take a step back, he is going to go ahead and he can't do his multi attack, but he can take he can take one swing with his cutlass.
Technically, they both do.
Oh, that's true, they do. So the first guy misses. So nothing there
Sorry.
Wait, they both get it?
because you're
Yeah,
leaving
'cause
the
you're leaving both
the
of
melee
them
range
in
of
melee
both.
Yeah.
And actually, you know what? The other guy's only going to use his dagger because he can't use his other weapon right now because he's busy trying to defend him. He's trying to keep himself alive. And they both miss, so you're good. So yeah, go ahead and take a step back.
Yeah. I was about to. I should have asked if I could have Spartan kicked him off the table or whatever we're on.
It's about a 6-inch. It's actually about a foot ledge, basically, is what you're standing on. Those are
Oh,
kind of like
never
stair
mind
steps.
then. Not enough for him.
I mean, you could Spartan kick him, but all he's gonna it's like he's gonna stumble back and kind of look at you like, "What the heck was that?" But
that's true.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
having to
so-
step back, not expecting it, and having to step an entire foot down is going to stumble people. They're probably
all
going
true.
to fall over.
Oh! Monhold's so right. I forgot. You have cunning action, so you could disengage as an action, as a bonus action.
Disengage as a bonus.
It doesn't matter because neither of them hit, but yes, absolutely, you would have been able to disengage from that without taking any hits. Thank you, Monhold, for reminding me of that. Apologies. So yeah, you're good. So you back all the way up. All right.
Yeah.
If that's your turn, go ahead and click end turn on the combat encounter tracker thing. Okay. And that guy's dead. So now it is this guy's turn. And he sees the same thing that everybody else just saw, and he realizes that he is vastly outnumbered. His buddy is bleeding. He actually grabs his buddy like to support him, and he's actually going to try to help carry him towards the door. So the two of these guys together are actually, he's going to be carrying, but he gets half speed because of it. So 1, 2, 3, as far as he can get. And he's going to start carrying him actually like there. And they're going to start moving towards the door.
And then he sees the silhouette of me and Talina.
Yeah, and then he looks up and he sees the two of you, and then you hear another audible gulp in the room. And
Kill him with fire.
Yeah, he's going to actually, he turns to, let's see. Wait a minute. I thought... Yeah, okay. Ooh. Everybody's out of range except Spitwick. So he's basically, he's escorting his buddy, and as he does, you see him reach under his cloak, and in one action, and whips tries to throw his dagger at Spitwick. Oh, he lands a nat 20.
As you rolled that, I did audibly say I wanted to hit him.
Yeah, he throws it. He throws
that
it. He throws this dagger like as he's carrying his buddy with one arm. He takes his other hand and just in this graceful motion just whips it, and it just flies across the room. And this dagger lands directly in Spitwick's chest, just dead center. And so I'm gonna roll damage on that. He does get a critical hit.
Oof.
Does 11 damage on a thrown
Spitwick
dagger.
dies right now.
Wait, plus 10. Oh, I forgot the critical thing's broken. It because he rolled a 1.
I was about to say, is Bitwick actually about to die?
Wait, hold on. Hold on. He rolled a 1 plus 6 plus 4. No, that's correct. No, we're good. We're good. He's not gonna die,
both
but
dice and add the max number of the die. It doesn't roll twice.
yeah. So yeah. So he takes a dagger to the chest, and you guys see Spitwick, "Argh!" and he kind of actually falls onto his butt as he's got a dagger stuck in his chest. And I mean, he's looking hurt, but he's not like he's excessively hurt. And this guy no longer has his dagger, so I'm gonna get rid of that, unequip. Okay, and that's his turn. So it's going to be Alexander. You're up with Basil on deck. So we're back up here.
If Alexander, if you make any attempt to move south, Selena's gonna whisper to you that she has a plan. She's not gonna stop you.
I'm gonna double check something mechanics-wise real quick.
Okay. Anything I can help with?
Let's see.
I'm kind of glad I added this bloodied effect, where whenever somebody takes damage, it puts the little blood icon on them. Makes it easier to tell.
It continued to hear the commotion behind, and Spitwick's freaking yelp.
Yeah, you
that
hear a
would
very-
be very distinguished from all the other sounds.
Oh yeah, it would be much higher pitched.
I think at this point, Merrick was facing the three, kind of in a ready for combat stance, but now seeing that they're not really aware of what's going on, he's kind of half turning. He's currently facing Talina, and kind of this half turn between north and south. And yeah, I'm gonna say those three seem unaware of us. Any ideas? As I then I'll turn left and face the two guards that are coming towards us.
Yeah, she looks towards the southern side as well, and whispers that she has a plan for those, but not for those. So she slowly turns to 3 northbound. I'm assuming up is north, and if it isn't, it is now.
Yeah. I mean, we also are in darkness, so I'm saying that out of character, by the way.
Yes, you guys are. You guys are in total darkness, which is
'cause-
part of the reason you haven't been spotted yet.
Yeah, and I'm making sure to keep my voice down. He's standing right next to me, so
Yeah.
he needn't do much more than whisper.
Well, then let's go finish them off, and then I start going south. And then fucking this way. How do I
What are you trying to
move
do?
over the deck guy?
Yeah, just move.
Boink.
You
Okay,
can
cool.
literally just grab your icon and hit the arrow keys and move.
Or was it space?
Well, if you
Yeah,
draw,
space too.
if you have your guys selected and you draw a line with the tool, and then you hit space, you'll move along that line. If you want to just move your icon, manually, you just select it and then hit your arrow keys. So you've moved 10, 20, you moved 30 feet. You have another 30. No, sorry, you moved 15 feet.
Yeah.
You have another.
Yeah. I have another 15, unless I dash and go
Sure,
zoom.
you could use your action and dash.
Here's what I'm gonna try and do.
Okay.
I'm gonna step 3 more south,
Mm-hmm.
facing directly these 2 injured guys.
Okay.
And then purely for visual effect,
Mm-hmm.
there's gonna be a flicker of a firebolt within Merrick's hand,
Okay.
but I'm gonna use my actual action to try and intimidate these guys into surrendering. So
Ooh, okay.
as I kind of ignite a spell in my hand, but don't actually send it toward them, I step out of the shadows closer and loud enough that they can hear me, but not yelling or alerting like those guys up top.
Sure. I mean, you're not that far away from him.
I
so
will
yeah.
say stand down or die.
Ooh, okay, okay. So I want you to roll me an intimidation check. Just roll 1, and we will make it. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll me an intimidation check. Okay, yeah, 100% success for these two guys because the DC was much lower. Okay, so yeah, so you step out of the shadows, and as you emerge from and as you guys are in the chamber are watching these two try to make their break for the exit, Merrick steps out of the shadowy door frame and into the light of the flickering torch, and as he does, a flicker of flame appears in his hand, and as he looks up, that spooky shadow effect, when you hold a flashlight beneath your chin as you're telling spooky ghost stories, same effect, and you hear his voice echo through the chamber, softly but distinctly, of surrender or die. And both of them are now they're now afraid of you. I'm gonna give them the frightened effect because of that,
Good.
which is actually pretty powerful.
Good.
Based on how you did that, I think you earned it. Where is frightened? Frightened. There it is, frightened. Okay, so they're now both frightened of you, which if I'm correct.
What does frightened mean?
If I recall correct, confirming right now, but frightened creature has disadvantage on all ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight, which is you, and the creature cannot willingly move closer to the source of fear, meaning they cannot move towards the door. They have to move away from you if they move at all. They can move left or right, but they cannot move in your direction. And they also, as long as you are in the room at this point, they get disadvantage on pretty much anything.
Nice.
Okay.
Moving towards me. So
Yeah,
I can kill
because
him.
at least one of them, right, just ran in from the room where he knew his friends were, and now I come out of it.
Yes, exactly. Like, he didn't know you were there, and suddenly you appeared. So as far as he's concerned, you just magically teleported behind them, and they now realize that they're trapped. So as far as you guys know, I mean, it's not their turn. So you just watched both of them basically cower, like both of them start to, especially the injured one, they look pretty shaken, and they're not moving, but that's as much as you know right now. You don't know what they're going to do yet.
Well, that'll be my turn, because that was technically an action to intimidate. So
Yes,
if
it
Basil
was.
wants to try and kill him now, it's up to him, or if we want to end combat.
Well, Basil is also currently dealing with this guy.
Ah.
Yeah, there is still one more.
There's still one more. I
This
forgot
guy
about that.
basically gave up and he fled. He abandoned his buddy. And this guy was trying to help. So, cowards maybe. Basil, you're up. Grigor, you're on deck.
Okay, I have a plan.
Thank you for putting that GIF in Discord, by the way, because
Basil, while I need to double check how Thunderous Blows works.
Thunderous Blows. When you hit a creature with a melee attack while you're raging, you can push that creature up to 5 feet away from you in any direction of your choice.
Using the dagger does count as a melee attack. So
Okay.
I would like to Thunderous Blows this person.
Okay, make sure
Basically
you click Thunderous
directly
Blows because
back.
it uses a charge.
I don't... That it's not explicitly stated that it's a charge.
This says according to your
Anywhere. I
character
know
sheet, it
that
has
there's I know
5.
that there's usage, but it doesn't explicitly say anywhere, so that's why I guess we were confused. I suppose let's make sure that I can actually hit him first with the attack.
Oh, I didn't realize that Path of the Juggernaut was that's what you're using, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was a Tal'Dorei thing.
So I'm gonna go ahead and try and make my attack roll with him while we're figuring that out.
Oh, this actually doesn't say anything about having charges.
That's why I was wondering why it had charges.
Okay, ignore that then. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the charges from it.
Okay.
Because yeah, you're
I'm
right,
going
it
to
doesn't
go
say
ahead
anymore.
and do the attack.
There you go.
There is a DC 14 strength saving throw. So is that
So-
I make the
No,
throw
I do.
or you make the
No,
yeah,
okay.
no. A creature that is huge or larger makes a strength saving throw.
Oh. In this case, it just attack. In this one,
as
it
long
just
as you
happens.
hit, as long as you hit
Yeah,
the
if
normal
you hit,
attack.
it goes backwards.
Okay, so you rolled a 10. All right, so yeah, so it hits. So first things first, go ahead and roll damage for the attack. And then second, you'll tell me where you're pushing him, if it's just straight away from you or if it's in a specific direction.
12 damage, and he's going over. What the heck am I doing to that dice?
Okay, so he
But yes, it's basically back there, and because it's that 1 foot ledge, I want to ask you:
okay.
does it potentially trip him up?
Yes, it would, because it is a 1 foot ledge, and that's the direction. So yes, so you hit him, so you stab him in this, and you such force that everybody hears a echo through the room, and it hits his chest, and he feels it, and you actually feel the bones beneath it give a bit. And as it pushes him back, his ankles catch that 1 foot ledge, and he topples back, and he is prone on his back on the ledge behind him.
And
Where's prone? There it is. Okay.
I'm gonna have Basil use movement just to approach
Okay.
over top of him,
Okay.
overbearing.
All right. So yeah, he has got
Stoic look, staring right at the guy now laying on the ground.
Nice. And yeah, you watch as you do that, you step up and you watch the ice finish crystallizing in the wound again. So now he's got 2 stab wounds, one in his back, one in his front, and both of them have ice in the wound. So, I mean, you guys can imagine how that would probably not feel too good. Okay.
I can't, and I'm happy I can't.
Okay. So, Basil, if that's your turn, Grigor, you're up as soon as Basil ends his turn.
I just have to remember to hit the button.
Beautiful. Grigor, you are up. One of the low hood captains is next. Actually, the one who's prone is next, and then Talina, you're the next player on deck. Is that your full movement? I didn't count.
Full movement.
Okay, so you're
And
10
then
feet
I'm
away.
gonna throw a dagger at the
Okay, now,
throne.
if you wish, you are a rogue. You can use your bonus action to clear the remaining 5 feet, so you don't have to use a ranged attack. And you can still attack if you want, because you have cunning action.
Oh, yeah, good stuff. Nice.
Yep. So if you want to burn your bonus action, you can clear that remaining 5 feet and still have 25 feet of movement, and you can still get your attack if you want. Because I believe your rapier is going to do more damage than a thrown dagger.
100%.
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, go ahead and attack him. Whatever you want, but if you want to go ahead
Enemy
and use
is
your rapier.
prone, so there's advantage.
Yes, you do. Thank you. You beat me to it. I was just going to say you get advantage.
Sorry.
On it. No. Thank you for looking out. I appreciate it. No, do not apologize.
Oh my
That
god.
is a good hit. That is a great hit. Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, that was almost max damage.
That was. Okay, so yeah, so you come up and just right into his chest with the rapier straight down into his gut, and he convulses as it hits, as he reacts to it. Okay, you still have 25 feet left of movement if you wish. Otherwise, you are welcome to end your turn if you like. Boy, this poor guy is just getting beat up. Say that again, I'm sorry.
Where I am.
You want to say where you are? All right, go ahead and end your turn. And Talina... Oh, you did. I'm sorry. No, so low hood captain. Okay, so it's going to be the guy who's prone. So he's going to go ahead and use half his movement speed to try to stand up. And he's got 15 feet left of movement. He stands up, and he is going to... he's gonna target Grigor since he's right there. And he's going to attack you with his multi-attack. So he is going to take his first swipe with his cutlass, which hits. Then he's going to take the second swipe with his cutlass. Ooh, that's a nat 20 on that second one. Okay, so the first one, he's going to go ahead. So he comes up and just does that upward, the downward swing is the first one with that 20 to hit, and that second one is the upward swing. So we're going to roll damage regular on the first one, which not a lot, so that's good. And the second one is going to be a critical, but I'm not going to... I believe if I do it the way the system has it, it breaks. So we're just going to do a regular roll, and we're going to double the dice portion because it keeps breaking. So, that's a nat 6. So he gets 12 plus 3, which is 15. Which I cannot... Can I adjust that? All right, so I'm just going to do it manually then. So we're going to go ahead and do this. So you take 15 points of damage on that second one. And then with his final attack, he's going to take his dagger and he's going to try to attempt to... Same maneuver you guys have watched of down, up, dagger forward. And you guys notice that there's clearly a combat style these guys have all learned from.
It's almost like they're trained combatants.
Ooh, beats it, 14.
Not trained enough.
Ooh, that's a max damage on that one. Yeah, so Grigor, you run up, you stab him in the chest, and as soon as you pull the blade out, he's on his feet, looking beat up, not too bad, but he's looking bloodied. And before you can even react to try to parry him, his sword and the dagger goes forward, and 3 maneuvers, and before you can even react, just completely slashes you up, and does a pretty good number on you. And you just hear him, nice try, and he tries to run away. Now, before he can, Basil, you get an attack of opportunity. So go ahead and target him. And
I was gonna say,
yeah,
don't run away from my position.
Nope. Yeah, I do that to indicate he's moving, but then I always back him up because you get your attack.
All right. So it's just a normal attack roll, correct?
Yes, it'll be, and you can choose to use it with your Fang of the Abyssal Leviathan if you wish, because it's just a regular weapon. So if you want to use that, you can.
Yep.
Ooh, that was almost a 5 on my screen. Nice. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh my
Oh!
god!
That's a good hit. Dude, that is a great hit. Well done. So
As
you
he-
watch,
Trying to linger away, just straight
yeah,
into
you
his
so you
spine,
so
basically.
you watch Grigor come up to you. This happens. He stabs him. The guy gets up, just eviscerates the front of Grigor, and he turns to run. And before he can even finish turning, you're on him with that fang, and just, boom, right in his chest. And he yelps in pain again as you stab him. And the ice, this one seems to do more ice and actually spreads out away from it. And there's now a chunk of his body that's completely frozen. And as you pull the blade out, you actually hear ice crack off of him, as there's now a chunk of ice that's erupting from the wound. And he obviously lets out a cry of pain and looks very uncomfortable, and continues to run away, which is only going to get him there. And
That
is
still gives Grigor an attack of op, correct?
Oh, that's true.
Because
You're
it's
right.
going out
Yeah.
of his
Yeah.
range too.
Yeah. Okay, so Grigor, now you get thank you for reminding me. You get a good attack of opportunity as well, Grigor. So go ahead and make a rapier attack on him.
If he runs further up.
Make sure he's targeted. Good deal. Ooh, oh, that was an 18, and then it rolled to a 2. I watched it. It was an 18. All right, so yeah, unfortunately, due to your wounds, you just kind of flail your sword out kind of haphazardly, and you just kind of nick the back of his cape that he has, and it cuts a slash through it, but you don't actually connect with him, and he gets up on the next ledge. Okay.
Does he trip on Spitwick as he runs away?
Oh, no, this is as far as he runs, because he had to use half his movement to stand
Aw.
up. So that's as far as he gets. So Talina, you're up with Spitwick up next.
Fair enough.
Well, I was going to intimidate those two, but that's been handled. I'm going to take a couple of steps back, and then use first the digitation.
Okay, so we're up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
To put a symbol on a surface, specifically here.
Okay. What sort of symbol
Bam.
are we talking about?
It's like a small arcane circle that looks like it could be like some sort of like magical trigger for a trap of sorts.
Okay.
But obviously doesn't do anything. It's just a symbol.
Okay. I'm trying to load my thing so I can actually put one on the ground. It's just slow.
Or try to make it look like that guy stepped into a trap.
No. I'm just gonna make that sigil, and then I'm going to sit on the ground in like a meditation, like Zen, like kind of thing, facing north.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna sit there.
Sorry, 1 second. My account became unlinked.
Oh no,
No, it's not a big deal. I just have to click a couple buttons and relink it.
that sounds like effort.
There we go. Okay. All right. What color is the sigil on the ground?
I mean, Selena, it's going to be cyan.
Cyan. Okay.
All of her magic is cyan, unless specified otherwise.
There you go.
I like that.
There you go.
It's very
Okay.
hard to see from me though.
Yeah. I mean, I can pick a different color, but cyan's just very low res. So, I mean, very low contrast. So, but there is a sigil on the ground there. Okay.
Can
And
you make it black for the sake of visibility for us?
can I make it black?
Because I can actually not see it. Yeah, because it's gray on gray in dark vision.
Sure.
I don't have any
I can't
contrast
make it.
Yeah, Mom? Give me a second.
Let me. Oh
I'm
yeah,
just asking for screen for us.
I can do that.
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So we all know it's cyan, but it's at least visible.
Okay. So yeah. So there's now a sigil on the ground there. Now, okay. So I'm sorry. I was busy fixing that. So you put a sigil on the ground and then what?
Sit down. I'm just gonna sit down.
You're just gonna
like
sit?
in a
Oh, okay.
like in a meditation sit.
Okay.
And I'm gonna face north towards that sigil,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna keep an eye on those three up north.
Okay. Sounds good. And that's your turn.
Mhm.
Okay. Next up is Spitwick. If I can get this to work. There we go. All right. So Spitwick is up with Othwin on deck. Spitwick, has kind of recovered himself and kind of has a dagger, which is pretty big, stuck in his chest with the back of it actually tipping out the other side. He's not looking too wonderful. And he hears the footsteps behind him and the sounds, and he turns over his shoulder and sees this guy. And he is going to take... It's actually perfect. He's going to pull the dagger out of his chest and throw it, because he has a dagger attack, so it works perfectly. So he's going... You guys hear the grunts and groans as this little tiny gnome rips this massive dagger out of his chest and then throws it at the enemy approaching him.
Does he get more bleeding damage for pulling out the knife?
What the heck was that? Okay, just tell me, is it okay? Are you good? Okay, I don't know what's going on. All right, so unfortunately, he was distracted from everything, and he failed the throw, and it just goes flying over his shoulder, and you guys watch as the dagger goes, and then falls to the ground over here. Okay, so he fails that, and then he's going to go ahead and try to kind of scurry around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What did you do?
Wife.
Sorry. Okay, that's going to be Spitwick's turn. Othwin, you're up with the bloodied captain up next.
Okay, I saw that one targeted. Good,
Fucking
good.
geekster bot.
Let's go this one.
What is the bird doing?
Toll the Dead.
Ooh, spicy. All right, who are we targeting? This guy?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. DC Wisdom 12 saving throw. And he does not have... What?
60, so no.
What?
I was going to check range, but
Oh.
it's 60 feet, so never mind.
Yeah.
Damn it.
17, yeah, unfortunately, he's a little too... Oh, you know what, though? He has disadvantage because he is frightened. So hold on, we're going to redo that. Yes, he does, because he's frightened. All right, he rolled a 10. So it is successful. So go ahead and roll damage on him.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because he's distracted, he's scared, and he's very injured. So, yeah. Nice, okay.
3.
Yeah. So you guys in the room, Baby Burb getting kind of pissed off, looks over, casts Toll the Dead, and you guys don't hear, but in his head he hears this. Just what?
He's missing hit points, right?
Yeah, he is.
You should be rolling a 1d12, not a 1d6.
Oh,
Or
that's
1d8.
right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go
why
ahead and
didn't you give me that
let me
option?
reapply those 3. So he has. Oh, nope, not that. There we go. It's like no, not 3, 6, just 6. Go ahead and redo the damage at the DC the D12. Thank you for reminding me, Tyro, reminding us.
I was just reading the spell and going, wait, d12. Why is that d12? Oh yeah.
Why is it not giving me D12?
Oh, don't you have to cast it? I think you have to cast the D12
I
version
have
of
to
it.
cast it again.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and do that real quick.
There it is.
Don't worry about the DC because he's already filled it. Such a weird way to do it. There's a D12 and a D8 version of it. Nice. Okay, so that's double the points.
Ah, that was loud.
Thank you, Jesse. Perfect. Okay. How do you want to do this?
Oh, he dead?
He's dead.
Oh fuck. Let me read this again.
Yeah. You guys watch basically as all you see from him is he grabs his head and screams out in pain. And what happens, Othman?
He's just gonna collapse because it was psychological damage. Like.
But yeah, okay, that's fair. I was if you wanted to go into more into it further,
Well,
that's fine.
I was like, I don't know how to do like
I got
because it's
you, I got
all
you.
in it, like in his head.
Yeah. Okay.
How
so,
does Baby Burb look during this?
Yeah. What happens with Baby Herb?
Very pissed off, black eyes.
So yeah, so Baby Bird looks towards him, eyes go black. She holds her hands out, and all of a sudden, we're in the direction that she's looking. The bloodied and battered, that's being helped by his friend, the captain that's being helped by his friend, grabs his head and holds his ears, screams out in pain, and all of a sudden, blood starts to trickle out of his ears, his eyes, his nose, his mouth, and all of a sudden, he just crumples to the ground and dies. You guys don't hear anything, but in his head, he hears this cacophony of these clanging bells. And he's dead. Yeah. Okay. Let me go ahead and do which. Yep. Boom. And he was the next up on the turn order. So actually, Daxori, you are next because he is dead. So it is Daxori's turn with the remaining captain that's next to him. This will be next, and then Alexander, your next player.
Let me see. What do I want to do?
Hey guys, I need 1 second. Hold on.
No, you're
No worries.
1 second.
So, chat, how are you?
What's up, chatters? How's everyone doing?
Happy belated New Year and all that stuff.
It's just saying
And
all that stuff.
Oh, stuff, yeah.
Don't sound so enthusiastic.
Listen, it's 4:15 a.m., alright? Enthusiasm went out the
fair.
window 4 hours ago.
That's fair.
And do be early. Or late. Or both.
Both, yeah. I had a nap from like 7:30 to midnight. And I'm probably gonna crash the moment we're done. Because I have work this evening. Yay.
Yeah,
Straight
I'll do
work.
it.
Work sucks.
I mean, it
Yep.
doesn't. It means I get to, have roof and food and,
Yeah, who
Yeah.
needs that stuff?
Me! I need that stuff!
That's fair. I also need that stuff.
Wish I didn't need that stuff.
Not same.
Because that means I wouldn't have to work. We'll just find a rich guy. Nice. Really wouldn't have to work.
Yeah, I wish I could find a rich guy too. Dude, so nice.
Gotta find myself a rich guy too.
While me on AFK, I'm gonna fly.
Can we just share a rich guy?
Did you say can we share a rich guy? Sure. If you can find one.
Whew, excuse me.
All right, sorry about that. I apologize.
Hey, back.
Emergencies. So okay, I am back. So I apologize,
Emergency.
Shadow. I know that it's your turn. Dex, what is Dex doing?
No, you're all good. So Dax is going to go ahead, and she is going to. She's going to shoot her short bow at this last guy.
This guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like you already have him targeted, so go ahead and do that. Nice, good hit. Beats it, beats it. Gotta love it. Go ahead and roll damage.
Damage. Come on.
Oof. All right, it's okay. It's 4 points.
Dang.
4 points is 4 points.
That's
He's,
tragic.
Well, and he's looking pretty rough too. Like, so that arrow hits him as he's trying to he's kind of mid stride essentially, and it catches him in the side and right near the ice actually. and you hear him scream out in pain. And the ice actually minimizes the damage, but it also shoves the ice in further, which causes more pain. Doesn't cause more damage, just causes more pain.
Okay. And that's going to be that on my turn.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and end your turn. That's going to put it at the
Oh, did I?
so on the combat tracker. Yeah, there you go. And then it's going to be
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
all good. All good. It's going to be this guy's turn up here. So he's trying to assist his buddy. Merrick comes in front of him, scares the bejeepers out of him. He starts to kind of backpedal, looks at his buddy, and then but as he's looking at his buddy just clutches his ears, screams out in pain, and drops to the ground dead, and he didn't hear a thing. So now he's even more, he can't be more scared, but he's more scared now. He can't go towards the door for obvious reason. Actually, let me go ahead and remove this effect. So he now is just terrified, and so he can't run towards the door. So he basically just starts kind of going this. Man, you guys really put me in a hard spot here.
We're about to drive him insane.
This guy's like, he doesn't know what's going on.
You literally just came in here like 2 minutes ago. Nothing was happening.
Was fine,
I
go ahead.
I really love the psychological warfare we've
Dude,
been
you
throwing
guys
at
are
every single
screwing
one of
with
these
him right now.
guys.
Didn't he specifically say to stand down or die?
He said surrender or die, and then his buddy.
I did say stand down.
Yeah, well,
Like if we're doing wording, I don't know
Actually,
if it means
That's a good
anything
point.
else.
So, now that we're on his turn, I want you to roll me a persuasion check. No, intimidation check
Intimidation,
scared
okay.
him. Go ahead and roll me another
Me to
intimidation.
roll?
Yes, because you're the one who intimidated him. Because you scared him, but now
Alright.
his buddy just died, and because originally I'll tell you he wasn't going to give up. He was scared, but he wasn't going to give up. Now I want you to roll me another intimidation check because his buddy just died, and he's hearing screams of pain behind him, and life is sucks
Just
for
a
this
straight?
guy right now. Yeah, just roll a straight intimidation check for me.
That guy is not having fun.
No, and that's even with the 13.
Decent.
The DC was 10. It wasn't going to be hard. This dude's terrified. He basically
Yeah.
he just watches his hands shakily go up, and he just kind of like stands there, and his hands are now at about head height in the room. And he seems to be giving up, and that's going to be his turn. Is him just standing there looking very scared. It is actually Alexander's turn now, so he is standing in front of you. His hands are shaking a little bit, and he's sweating, and you hear him breathing heavily. And you every so often catch him glancing down to his buddy next to him, who's just laying there with just blood coming out of his ears. Basil, you're up next
Totally
after
normal.
Alexander.
From I.
I'm gonna close my door real quick. Apologies on that. I take my headphones off to go close my door.
Yeah, I'm just curious from a because what I want to do is
Mm-hmm.
just basically walk up to him and just disarm him completely, like throw his weapons away and shit.
Okay, go ahead.
Acceptable. All right, cool.
Yeah,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead
I'm
and walk
gonna
up to him, and
boink.
he's currently intimidated and scared of you. Now, I believe he's not forced to move away from you. He just can't move towards you. So yeah, so go ahead. And,
Yeah.
So go ahead and yeah. I'm not gonna make you roll for it or anything. You obviously can see his cutlass at his hip, his dagger on his away hip. You can.
Yeah.
You
I don't have
are
like
you
any
taking his
bindings or
items,
anything,
you
but
just-
I'm just gonna I'm gonna. You know what? Sure, I'll take him.
You want to take him? Take him. All right.
Because why not?
Okay. So so yeah, you take him. I mean, are you gonna hold both of them, or are you just gonna like try to store them?
Kind of stone. Like like kind of my one. Like let's say my right hand is still gonna be at like spell readied.
Mm-hmm.
Then my left hand, I'm gonna take one weapon and stow it away, and then take another weapon, like any weapons I see.
Okay, so you take the dagger off of him and you tuck it in your leather belt because you know it'll fit. And with your left hand, you hold his cutlass, and with your right hand, you're spell ready. And he now appears to be disarmed, and he's not doing it. He's not stopping you, and he looks very concerned. But as you step out of the light, he recognizes that you're a human. You're not as a demon that he may have thought you were before. He's still scared of you, but
Good.
If anything, I'd be more terrified if it was just
I
a
was about
man.
to
right,
say.
yeah, that's actually a good point. You're like, oh shoot, you were way more intimidating than I thought you were.
You know what? Does me taking that stuff count as action, or can I do
Yes,
can I do
you
something?
moving up to him and then taking the items off of him would count as an action.
All right, cool.
Yeah. But you
In
now
that
are in possession
case-
of. Actually, I should be able to just drag these over to you. Hold on. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I can just do. Yeah, there's his dagger and there's his cutlass. I
In that
love
case, I'm just gonna
boundaries.
stand here at the ready. Yeah,
Okay.
that's my turn.
All right. So, Basil, you are up with Grigor on deck. And for clarification, he is the last remaining baddie that you have visibility on. Except for the one that's giving up,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah. So, I have a plan.
Oh, dear. Whenever you say that, I get concerned.
It's
I
another
also get
thunderous
I also
blows.
get concerned.
It's another thunderous blows.
Okay.
This time the trajectory
Uh-huh.
is here.
Ooh, spicy. Okay.
So,
All right. Go ahead and make your attack roll first. That's a 16. Okay, yeah, definitely
And-
hits. So go ahead and roll damage.
with the dagger again. Flat
Ooh.
twos. Wait, no, there's 1 and 3.
Okay. Okay. So here, I'm not going to ask you
So-
how this works because I mean, well, actually, let me ask you. So you said you want to move next to you?
I am basically going up there,
Mm-hmm.
stabbing him in the back as he is still
Mhm.
attempting to run away,
Okay.
and essentially in very quick motion, slightly letting go of the dagger, grabbing the clothes to yank him to the side, and then rip the dagger back out
So here's what actually
as
happens.
a thunderous blows.
Yep. So here's what actually happens. So you go up and you stab him, and stick the blade in, and it goes in so hard and so powerful that the ice just erupts off of it all, and basically covers most of his back in ice, which then solidifies. Basically, this knife is now a handle, and you use that with part of your weight, and you with the other hand you grab him, and you go and you basically like lift him up to then slam him down next to you to get him to stop running. And you realize as you do that, when he lands to the ground, as the dagger slides out and he lands on his back, he's dead. And you realize that it wasn't stopping him, you just killed him. So, well done.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like you basically stick it in and you're just so pissed that it goes in and the ice just all off the back. And as he lands on the ground, he's just a lifeless corpse. All right. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I still have movement, right?
You do still have movement. I think you only, let's see. 'Cause
I
you were...
used 1, 2, so that was 10,
Okay, yeah, so you got 20 feet of movement.
15, 20, 25.
Full square.
Get up to here
Okay.
and just look intimidating behind the dude.
So yeah, so this guy literally heard his buddy just get slaughtered.
And
Yeah.
then essentially walk the distance
Mhm.
and then just stand there with the bloodied ice dagger and stoic stare.
Okay. Yeah, he looks over his shoulder and sees you approach and still looks very scared. All right, go ahead and end your turn if that's it.
That is it.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is it is technically Grigor's turn. Before we commence to Grigor's turn, there are no active combatants in this combat. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to pause turn initiative. I'm going to update it real quick. I'm going to remove the combatants that are still gone from it. So basically all the remaining captains. And you guys are going to be out of turn order for movement. Actually, let me do this. So it's going to go back to this. So let me go ahead and we're going to clear... Oops, that's not what I'm going to do. Remove combatant, and remove combatant. So you guys still have turn order, but we're going to pause it because there are combatants nearby, but they are not currently involved in this combat. So, oops, I screwed up. There we go. Okay, so Grigor, before you go, basically everybody just watched as most of them in this room are dead. Selena, you are basically on scouting duty, looking in the other room. And as of right now, nobody has heard or noticed anything because there's a pretty good distance here. And there's obviously ways that the sound is kind of getting distorted, so they don't really hear anything as of yet. You guys have this surrendered captain standing in front of you. We're going to break turn orders. Does anybody want to do anything breaking turn order? Like, so Basil... wait. That's weird.
Want to speak, but that doesn't count as
never
breaking
mind.
turn
I'm so
order.
sorry. I'm so dumb. Okay, so Grigor, Othwin, Dax, Basil, anything that you guys would like to do before we move forward?
For the time being,
Mhm.
and seeing as combat as it sits is done for now, Basil will calm down from the rage, looking at this terrified Low Hood and just give the suggestion. Tie him up.
Kill him.
Leave him here.
The timing on that was so perfect. Kill him.
Tie him up, kill him, leave him here.
Those are the options. Yes.
Honestly, tie him up, leave him here. Dax's comment in the middle. Basil's not even gonna care at this point.
Did they say this loud enough that I can hear?
I'd
It's
say
gonna
with
be
your-
normal.
I'd say with
It
your
would be
elven hearing, you'd be able to
normal.
hear it, but it would just kind of like sound like a distant conversation. But you could hear it.
What do your elven ears hear?
Yeah, exactly.
Without,
Yes.
without turning around, I just grab my pouch, take my rope out, hold it up, and I give it a solid
They
throw backwards,
I was
not
gonna say-
really caring where it lands.
Okay. Roll me a random strength check just for kicks and giggles.
Random strength.
Also one. Please do it. Please roll.
You know what? If I have to
Ah.
roll low, they'll take the random roll of how far can you throw rope.
So it goes.
And she's not like
right
throwing
there.
it with a lot of force. Like a proper thrown weapon won't
Yeah.
go beyond 20. So like here is probably as far as she'll get it because
Yeah.
she's throwing backwards without effort.
Actually, you know what we're gonna do is we're gonna say you make it 14 feet, double basically what you roll in feet. So it makes it basically right there. So like.
Yeah. Through the door.
So basically, you guys are standing there deciding what you're going to do with him, and all of a sudden, this rope flies out of the darkness because some of you can't see past the doorway, and this rope just erupts from the darkness, goes plop, and lands right there. Grigor's going to go around and grab all the daggers. Okay, so Grigor, you have all of your daggers back. For the record, there is a random dagger that was thrown by one of the captains over here. So if you want, you'd have an extra dagger if you want to pick that one up.
I will note, Basil can see Telena because of the torchlight and
Oh,
everything.
You're right. There's
yeah,
enough.
I'm
I
barely
forgot.
sitting range.
Never mind.
I can see enough up to like the
Yep.
half of like the dead guy.
Yep, I forgot that the torchlight was going that far. Never mind. So you don't see the rope emerge out of the darkness. You actually watch Talina pull it out, throw it.
I'm not a great drawer, but that's supposed to be a coil of rope.
Oh, that works. That works. It's green, but it works.
Look, my. I don't know how
We're,
to change
we're
the
forced
color
to
of it.
use our color.
Yeah, it's you're forced to use whatever your color is of your player. So it's so that I can know who's drawing things.
Fair.
So yeah. So you guys choose to tie him up.
Why is
I
my color-
guess.
I won't stop him.
I mean, tying him up doesn't mean he's not going to die. It just means he's tied up. But okay.
Yeah.
So does anyone go and grab the rope and tie him up? Who's going to try to do that?
Mary's gonna signal his head to Basil to go do it as he continues to hold the spell and the sword.
What spell are you holding?
Just make. Freaking well, it's for visual effect still kind of, but it was a
Oh.
firebolt.
I gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Just a small ball of fire in his hand, intimidation style.
Does
So-
go ahead.
Yeah, Basil, go grab the rope. I can't move right now
Yeah,
because
that's fine.
of
Because
turn
turn
order.
order.
Yeah, we'll
So
we'll just say
go
for-
grab the rope,
Okay.
and then he'll be standing about right here to tie up the guy.
Okay, so go ahead and I want you to roll me a. Oh
Swank.
no, not
Survival check because that would be how you tie ropes for like I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
sailing and all that.
Yep.
So.
Survival works,
Was it,
huh?
was it Basil that grabbed the rope?
Yeah, Basil would go over because Merrick indicated to Basil to do it. So Basil would go over, grab the rope, and he would tie him up.
Can I pass my rope over to Basil?
Grigor would
physically
go
give it to
around
him?
and grab
I
all
can.
the daggers. Yep.
Yeah, I can do that. Hold on.
Actually,
How many
better
do you
yet,
need?
don't put it into Basil's inventory because it's going to go right onto the dude to
Okay.
tie up.
Sounds good. So yeah, so the rope goes from Talina to Basil to the guy.
And I'm fumbling with the rope right now.
Okay, so you are able to with a fort. I mean, you're able to get ropes around them, and you're not inept. You can do it, but to anyone who looks at them, they're not tied amazingly well. I mean, they're on there, but it looks like they're probably not the greatest knot. But you know, you tie
I
them up.
blame rage exhaustion.
Sure, that makes sense. Maybe it's him shaking.
I
who
blame
knows?
skill issue.
So he is tied up, and Merrick, you can see that he's tied up, but you kind of look and you question how tightly the ropes may or may not be tied, but you're not 100% sure.
I don't do anything about it.
Okay, so he's now tied up, and he's just kind of he's not saying anything. He's still looking pretty scared of Merrick, and looks very concerned at the rest of you. what is anything else you guys want to do?
Dax is
now
gonna
that-
slowly approach him,
Okay.
pulling the dagger out as she does.
Okay, so slowly walks across the room, pulling the dagger, and he hears the footsteps and looks over his right shoulder, and he sees this tiefling approaching with fiery, glow coming off of her head, a dagger coming out, and he basically just starts kind of like, no, please don't, and he kind of like falls over onto his side because he was tied up, so he kind of falls onto his side, onto the corpse of his friend basically, and is groveling and cowering as you approach him.
How come many people are
Vassal's gonna
traumatized
look-
this far?
Vassal's gonna look at Dax,
I was about to say, we've been traumatized.
look at the guy,
too.
Yeah.
and then just turn around and walk towards Telena, getting to about like this position.
Wait, is Dax finally gonna have her fun?
As you walk past me, I'm going to tell you 3 more in that room. Be careful.
Noted.
For the record, just for clarification's sake, this door is not busted. It is just open.
Yeah.
Just making sure you guys know
So,
that.
Vassal's basically gonna go up to this square, by the way, after that interaction.
Okay.
And is not looking behind him.
What he sees can't hurt him.
I
Well, he doesn't
wash
see
my
can't hurt
hands of this problem.
Yeah, exactly. Othwin, for the record, as you're still down there, unless you want to move, you notice that Spitwick is kind of out of breath and he is looking pretty rough. He's not, obviously he's not on death's doorstep, but the knife that he took hurt him in such a way he's not feeling great.
Oh, tough.
Too bad we don't have spell slots. Go away.
Exactly.
Between that and the fact that he failed all 3 of the things he tried to do, that kind of makes sense. Now, remember, he has all the fancy stuff you found on him. Just reminder.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
So he
Tough.
dies. We loot his body. Got it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways, does Othwin stay where she's at, or does she join the group? Or what does
She's
she do? Is a better
gonna-
question.
I have free movement, right? No, I don't have.
It's
Yeah.
out of turn order, so yes, but I have to move you.
I don't have the. I don't have a full. I'll go. How do I get the ping? There you go.
Just want to move there?
There.
Okay. So,
She's gonna go between this dude's legs, just do
well, he's kind of on his button side, so more
Oh,
likely
she's
to
just gonna
over
jump
him.
over him.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
And so on top of all of this,
Good
this
question,
little tiny
Melon.
burb just goes boop and hop, and he goes from like scared and whatnot to confused, and he looks over at the burb, and all of a sudden his face just what? He doesn't understand what's going on. He's very confused.
From Tyrop is looking it up. From what I remember, if you want a dual weapon fight, you have to use very specific types of weapons.
Well, he does have.
So, for example, in your main hand, you have to have a sword, and that would be your action. But if you want to double strike as a bonus
Yeah.
action, it would have to be something smaller like a dagger.
Yeah, he only has 2 daggers, and I think
Dual fighting feat
just
allows you
have
to use 2
two
standard
daggers.
weapons.
I don't have just daggers. There's hand axes too.
True, but all of your all of your
daggers.
weapons currently, I believe, are single-handed small light weapons.
I found it. When you take the attack action on your turn and attack with a light weapon, you can make 1 extra attack as a bonus action later on the same turn. That
Okay.
extra
Oh, there we
attack
go.
must be made with a different light weapon.
Okay.
You don't add your ability modifier to the extra attack's damage unless that modifier is negative.
Okay.
Does my fist count as a light weapon?
No, but,
no.
but you have 2 of those daggers, so if you wanted
Got
to dual
it.
wield them, you could go boop boop with both of them if you wanted.
Yeah, and then I think the dual fighting feat would negate the need for the first weapon to be light or finesse or whatever.
Let me check. I'm
I
looking
think.
right
I
now.
think dual weapon lets you add your ability modifier to your
Because there's
Or
dual,
doesn't it?
there's
It
dual
might have done
wielder,
both,
which is
I
in the
don't
player
remember.
handbook, and it says you master fighting with 2 weapons, gaining the following benefits. You gain. So if you get the dual wielder, I have to look at the criteria around it. But dual wielder, if you have it, you gain a +1 bonus to AC while you're wielding a separate melee weapon in each hand. You can use 2 weapon fighting, even with the one-handed melee weapons you are wielding aren't light. You can draw
Oh,
or
yeah, there you
stow
go.
2 one-handed weapons when you would normally be able to draw 1, stow only 1. Let me look. I don't know if this is specifically a feat that's exclusive to fighter class, or if this is just something anybody can take.
It is.
It isn't?
No, I'm pretty sure that's for anyone.
Okay. Because I'm not 100% sure. So, okay. It would honestly, it would make sense that it's something that could be taken by anybody, so I'm fine with that. But for right now, you don't have that feat, so you you
You
can
can
do
use
it.
the weapons. You're just not very good at it.
Yeah, you're just not very good at it. So you can do it and use it as a bonus action on that second one, but you don't get to add your modifiers. It's just the straight roll.
Got it.
Okay, cool.
Harambe.
Thank you for helping.
Well,
with
it's
that,
the
by way.
straight roll plus the weapon specialty.
Yes, correct, but not the modifiers that you apply to it. Okay. So Othwin hops over, goes towards Basil. Basil's got his back to you. Spitwick is down on that main pedestal, and he's not looking at you. He's just looking pretty. He's just kind of sitting on his butt and trying to catch his breath, and he's holding his chest. What are you guys doing, Dax?
Merrick will put his hand up. So I'm dropping the spell that I could technically never use. I don't know, from the right hand. I'm just kind of put it up and look at Dax as kind of a stop/wait gesture.
She's gonna look at him and kind of be like, I'm offended look. I never said I was gonna kill him right away. So yeah, she'd give him the I'm offended look and be like, didn't say I was gonna kill him right away, as she kind of tosses her dagger in her hand.
So Neon, you said this guy kind of fell down a little bit, toppled over or something.
Yeah, he's kind of on his butt/side, leaning up against the corpse of his friend, because when Dax approached him, he kind of tried to back up and tripped over him and fell, and he's like, no. So he's not, I mean, he's kind of prone at this point, more or less.
I'm gonna kind of crouch down, kind of. I don't fucking know what it is. Just crouch down, kind of Slav style, but not really. You know, just regular.
Yeah.
Just look at the guy. Very, very calm tone, with a note of intimidation in there. How many more of you are there?
Ooh, okay.
And as you're asking these questions, she's just gonna be standing, kind of next to the Red Hood captain, just kind of rolling her eyes, being like, "Do we really have to ask questions?"
Let's see.
So,
I'm playing with Clippers.
He looks between Daxori and Merrick, kind of glancing occasionally over at Grigor, who's kind of standing over the top of him as well. I don't know how many. A lot, I guess. And he kind of looks like he's stammering through his answers.
What are you doing down here in the catacombs?
We were ordered down here. Check it out. Someone heard or saw something, and we was told to come down here and make sure no one was mucking about.
What's in that workshop? Because I kind of throw my eyes a little bit behind him to, the room down there where Will came from.
He glances where you're indicating and where the door used to be, and kind of glances back. I don't know. Honest, we was never allowed to go back there. We was told if we get anywhere near that workshop, we'd be dead. I just know we was told to keep riffraff out, keep folks away from here.
Dax is gonna kind of mock being offended at being called riffraff. She's gonna kind of scoff. She's like, riffraff?
Did she say riffraff?
Yeah, kind of in a mocking tone. She repeats it.
He kind of looks up and says, I mean, intruders, trespassers.
We need information specifically on your outfit. I mean, okay, I just said that it sounds fucking hilarious coming out of my mouth because it's I might need his clothing, but I was like...
So as you say that, he looks, I'm wearing leather armor and I have a red cape on. I don't...
The other gangsters.
Oh.
Give me something useful that will keep you alive. Numbers, mission, locations.
I mean, you know all you need to know, I suppose. We're a gang, but I don't understand what it is you're looking for. And as he says that, you kind of notice a tinge in his eye that his tone shifts a bit from like. Actually, roll me. You two roll me a perception, and Grigor, if you want, you can roll me a perception check. But at least Dax.
Perception or insight?
Oh, you know what? Insight. Insight or perception actually depends. If you want to visually see something, or if you want to kind of have a gut feeling, your choice.
I mean, I have same modifier both, so whatever. I'll roll insight.
Perception or I'm sorry, what was it? Perception
or insight?
Or insight, yeah, it's your call. Perception if you're trying to read his body language, and insight if you're wanting to kind of get a gauge on your gut gauge on what he's telling you.
Yeah, it does matter for me. I've got the same thing.
Okay. So
Better than I thought.
No, yeah, you guys are good. So all three of you can tell you're not 100% certain he's telling the truth. You feel like something is amiss. Something feels off. You're not sure. You can tell he's been pretty forthcoming up to this point. Like he's very scared of you, and it seems like he's telling the truth and wants to live. But it seems like now he might be holding something back, but you're not sure what it might be.
Well, if we know everything we need to know, Mary's gonna kind of slowly start standing up and gesture. What's your gesture, Dax?
Really?
This kind of, freaking noble hand gesture, like kind of do it or whatever, you know. But I'm standing up slowly, kind of half expecting the guy to go, wait, or something like that.
Okay, so basically you as well, we have all we need to know. You look at Dax and kind of indicate that. Go ahead and go. Is that am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah.
So
and then I start slowly standing up, but not quick enough to like immediately get out of there.
So he sees you starting to move. He glances over towards Dax. What is Dax doing? Does Dax respond to this? Does Dax stay static?
Oh no! As she sees the hand gesture, she smiles, and you in a very like toothy smile, and he can see like her. Yeah, so her teeth are prevalent, and she starts kind of fiddling with her dagger a little bit more.
Do you move does Dax move towards him at all?
Yes, she definitely moves closer towards them, and even bends down, so she's like on her knees. Not necessarily on her knees, but like squatting.
Yeah. So as this happens, he starts doing that thing where obviously his hands are tied behind his back, and he starts doing that shuffle with his feet, trying to push him backwards on his butt. He's like, no, wait. And he starts kind of scooting back, but he's getting stopped by his dead buddy. And he doesn't scoot very far. Hold on, let me think. We was ordered down here by our commanding officers. Things are different ever since we got hired. And he's kind of still trying to shuffle back.
Dax is gonna go ahead and look up at Merrick.
I'm gonna look at her and then look down at him. Hired by who? To do what?
That's the thing. I don't know. We don't normally hire ourselves out. We usually operate for just our leadership and whatever they want. But all I know is someone very powerful and rich has hired the entire gang to do their bidding. I don't know who or for what.
And your leaders do know.
I mean, I would assume so. There's no reason they wouldn't. I would think. And as he says that, you kind of the look on his face is like he's like, do they know?
I just say out loud, then we have our next destination, and I wave again to Dax to do her thing, and I turn around and I start walking away.
Ooh, okay.
And she's gonna look down at the guy, and she's gonna smile again. And as she smiles, she goes, You know what I hate more than anything? As she kind of, pokes them gently with her dagger.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, you know what I hate more than anything? I hate snitches.
So,
and she just goes ahead. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so as Merrick stands up and turns, and as he indicates, like this is all happening so quick, he's like, no, wait. And then as you say, you know what I hate, and he looks too. He's like, no. And then, what does she do?
Well, so like I said, so as she says that, as she's saying like, you know what I hate, she's
Mhm.
kind of poking him gently with her dagger,
Okay.
and then she goes to make a cut across his arm or something like a piece of vulnerable skin.
So you
Not
just
to kill him, but
okay, just to cut
to,
him.
you know, see. Yeah.
Okay, roll me. Don't roll an attack. Just roll. Go ahead and pull your dagger into thing and roll damage for me. You don't have to target him. You can just roll the damage on it.
I'll just roll the dagger.
Grigor, since Merrick has turned away, Grigor, can you roll me a perception check, please?
Yeah, she's not trying to kill him. She's just trying to get more information out of him.
We're not bad guys, honest.
She's trying to get more information from him as she tells him that she hates snitches. She's getting very mixed signals.
Right. It's very true.
That is Dax's thing.
Yep.
She is unpredictable and loves giving mixed signals.
It tracks. It totally tracks. So this is all happening very quick. Merrick stands up, turns away. He's begging for his life. Turns to Dax. Dax says, "You know what? I hate snitches," and then goes to take a swipe across exposed part of his arm because it's the only flesh that's exposed. Grigor, as this is happening, you're watching, and he's struggling behind him, and you see that the ropes start to loosen from him struggling, but they're not released yet. He doesn't have the strength to pull it free, but you see him trying to get out of his bindings. And as this happens, you pull the blade across him, and you do 7 points of damage to him. As he goes, and lets out a yelp essentially, after you slice across him. Please, just come on. You ain't gonna do this. I told you everything I know. I don't know anymore. I don't. And he glances over his shoulder to his buddy, who's basically like, remember, blood came out of his eyes, nose, ears, mouth, and he just keeled over in pain from clenching his head. He doesn't know how his friend died. He just keeled over dead from some sort of mental thing. But I don't want to end up like him. All right.
Dax is gonna look at him and be like, and she's still smiling. She's like, "Don't worry, you're not gonna end up like him. Your death is gonna be a lot simpler."
Ooh, okay. Now what? Does she finish him off?
No, and she's going to place the dagger to his neck like she's about to, hoping that he might have one last piece of information he wants to squeal out.
So as the dagger goes to his neck, please, I don't know anything more. I told you everything I can think of. I'm not high up. I don't know all the things. And Grigor, you notice that he starts struggling again. And the ropes are getting a little bit looser, but he still hasn't broken free or anything. But he's trying with all his might to try to get out of those ropes and try to save his life.
I would like to prepare an action in
Okay,
case he does break out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to attack him with my rapier.
Okay.
So threaten him first.
Do you threaten him now, or are you holding to threaten him?
Holding to threaten him.
Okay. So, Dax, you watch as Grigor reaches for his rapier and starts to pull it out of his sheath. You can't see his back. Grigor can, but you just notice that Grigor's starting to prep his sword. And
she notices that, and she knows something's off. So she's just like, "I'm tired of this," and then finishes him off.
Okay. Describe to me how she attempts to finish him off, and then we will go from there.
So she looks over. What happens is she looks over at Grigor and notices it. Looks down at him. She's just like, you idiot." And she pulls her dagger away for a brief second, but brings it back and cuts his throat.
Cuts his throat. Okay. I want you to roll me a. Obviously, this isn't a matter of you trying to hit him because he's restrained on the ground, like you're not. But I want you to roll me. Let's do this. Roll me a d20. If it is. You know what? Rule of cool. Just roll me a d20. Straight d20. No modifiers, no nothing. Okay. So, you say, this is you idiot. Pulls a knife back and then right across his neck. And it obviously it cuts pretty good. It doesn't cut as deep as you were thinking initially because you pulled back, and so then when you went back in, you realized you didn't go as far forward as you should have. It's been a while since you've cut somebody's throat, So it does cut, but unfortunately, instead of being a quick death, it takes a lot longer than you would have anticipated, and he chokes and gasps and gurgles on his blood that's going into his airway, and it takes a couple of seconds for him to actually, close to 30 to 40 seconds for him to actually pass, but he does eventually bleed out / suffocate on his blood. It's not a quick death, which is what you were originally intending.
At this, she sighs because she has some humanity in that she wanted it to be quick. She didn't want it to be painless, so she sighs, and she's like, "Dang it!" And at the same time, she's thinking, I gotta get better at this. I gotta start practicing again."
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I want. Here's what we're gonna do. So she has some. You said she has some humanity, and she's like, is she? You know what?
She's visibly. You can see in her face that she's. I don't want to say disgusted, but upset that it took so long because, like I said, she wanted it to be quick and painless.
Okay. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take. You're gonna take 5 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Your psyche is damaged essentially from watching this happen. It hits you. I was
So
trying to
So just -5 health.
Yeah, just -5 health, unless you have some sort of resistance to psychic damage, which I don't think you have.
I shouldn't.
I was trying to think of a way to better, I was like, oh, point of exhaustion, but I'm like, no, that doesn't work. And I was trying to, I don't have a psychic tracker, like a mental fortitude tracker. I'm like, yeah, psychic damage will be fine. So yeah, so you take 5 points of psychic damage basically for watching this happen. You're like, man, I didn't mean to do that, but he's dead. He does eventually bleed out. Grigor, I actually, you know what? I want you to roll me, because you were watching this happen, I want you to roll me a Constitution saving throw. And we'll see if you take... No, you're good. You do not take the psychic damage either. You watch this, and it kind of affects you, and I'll let you determine how it affects you as far as how you perceive Dax or anything like that, but you don't take any damage from watching this happen. Okay. And I already rolled for Spitwick, and he succeeded. He didn't take damage either. And fortunately, everybody else had their back turned, so they didn't watch this. They just heard it. So,
Merrick wouldn't care.
Well, yeah, Merrick is in a different state than the other two. But, okay, so you guys have now defeated. I'll actually go ahead and remove this so that it's not spinning around. Oops, there we go. Yeah, thank you, Melon. Okay. All right, so you guys, he's all dead. So, why did that not? Weird. Okay. So they're dead. Okay, so while this is happening in the other room, Talina, you've been sitting here and you've been watching the three discuss, and you notice that as this is happening, the two that are talking, you can't hear what they're saying from this distance, but you notice that this guy here starts to look in your general direction and kind of has a look on his face that from this distance, not being able to tell the specifics of it, you can tell he's looking a little perplexed, like, where's the rest of our guys? Kind of that kind of look. And then he goes back to looking at his friend, and then that lasts for a couple more minutes, and about this time is when the situation happens behind you, and you hear the sounds, but you can't quite make out exactly what just happened. All you know is you heard Dax and Merrick talking to their captive, and then you heard what sounded like the sound of a blade, and then gurgling, and then silence.
Yeah, don't look this up, chat. But they're the kind of gasp that one makes when they're about to, go. I do forget the name. Is it agonizing gasp?
It's
yeah,
agonizing gasp, but there's also I forget. Go ahead. There's a name of it. I'll think of it.
But yeah, it's I heard it once. Don't ever listen to it. Don't look it up. But yeah, you'll know it if you hear it. Talina knows it when she heard it from that.
It's unfortunately, it's very distinct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the nickname is the death rattle, but it's called. There's another name for it. I'm trying to remember.
There is a medical term.
Yeah. They call it the death gurgle, but there's also terminal respiratory secretions is one name for it. But there's another one that I can't think of, but I used to know it. Anyways, yeah,
Agonal respiration. Yeah.
yeah, something like that. So
But yeah, she is at this point like not visibly showing disgust, but definitely not happy about whatever happened behind her.
yeah.
But yeah, she's keeping focus on the three ahead, and if any of them cross this line, I have a spell prep.
Yeah. You know what's actually funny is I just thought of a solution for the situation with Dax and the thing, but I'm not going to go into it. It's impossible to do because of something that already exists within Dax. So it would have been really cool. But anyways.
Wait, what? You'll have to tell me later, Neon, because now I'm curious.
I'll basically just say this. I've seen another DM do this. I was going to have you change your alignment based on what just happened, but your alignment's already where it would go. So never mind.
No, I changed it because of that.
Oh, you did?
It was chaotic. It was chaotic neutral. I changed it to chaotic evil.
You beat me to it. I was going to say you need to change your alignment to chaotic evil because of how that just played out. But there you go.
Nope, I changed it. It was chaotic neutral, and I just changed it to chaotic evil.
Chat, get yourself, for the DMs out there, get yourself a group of players that roleplay even the fails. Gotta love it. Okay. So yeah, so as that's happening, Tolina, you heard that and you witnessed them across the room, and then after the death behind you, you hear footfalls of people kind of moving around and everything, kind of approaching you and whatnot. And as the entire party is kind of making their way towards the door, unless anybody's not moving towards the door, as that's happening, that's when let me go ahead and get rid of these. That's when the low hoods across the chamber, excuse me. That's when they all basically, well, this guy's going to stay put, but these two realize it's been some time since they've seen or heard from their friends, and so they're going to start making their way across the room. They only make it about yay far, but Talina, I know you were holding something when they started moving. What?
The moment they get about yay far, which is 60 feet from me.
So they've gotten that far.
First guy to cross that one. So I have a question, and I'm gonna try to what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Whatever, it's word. I would like to cast Vicious Mockery on the guy, but not to hurt him.
Okay.
I want to use it to intimidate / dissuade him from coming closer.
Which one? The front guy, like the captain?
Whoever is closest to you.
Well, it would be him. He'd cross the line first.
Yeah.
So go ahead and target him.
Oh, well, I forgot to target, but that's fine. Can you still do the saving throw on him without me targeting it, or I need to recast?
No, I can. I have to select it myself, so I get it. Yep. Okay, so he does succeed.
So instead of a string of insults, she just whispers.
Well, actually, hold on, backing up, because the saving throw, because you're not trying to hurt him, correct?
Yeah.
So technically speaking, I don't believe he needs to succeed on the wisdom saving throw, because that's if he takes damage, because he's going to hear the vicious mockery regardless. So actually, we're gonna retcon that roll. So you cast it. Tell me what you cast.
So
how this works.
Instead of unleashing a string of insults like the ones I usually do, I want to whisper to him that your friends are either dead or dying. Do not approach.
Okay, I'll allow that. So instead, what I want you to
message, but
yeah, and that's, I mean, this is the same concept. It's just instead of trying to damage him, you're just basically trying to intimidate him. So instead of rolling the DC wisdom saving throw, what I want you to do is I want you to roll me an intimidation check, and it's going to be contested against his wisdom. We're going to do it that way because it's of how the spell is. So I'm going to roll a wisdom saving throw plus his modifier, which is plus 0, so he has no modifier, so it's a straight roll. So go ahead and roll me intimidation, and then I'll roll a straight d20, and if you beat me, if you beat the roll, then he's intimidated by it.
Altering a spell on the fly, a very comfortable spell. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He rolled a 12, so he beat you by 1. So he hears it in his head, and he does stop, which actually it'd be more like there. So he does stop, and he holds his hand up, and he kind of looks around the room because you're in darkness. He can't see you. So he pulls his sword out and his dagger, and the guy behind him pulls his sword out, and you just kind of see them both quietly looking around the room. And the one behind him looks confused, and you hear what sounds like whispers amongst the two of them as the captain whispers to the guy, "Someone's here." And he's like looking around, and he doesn't know where it came from because it was just in his head. And of course, this guy didn't hear it. So he's like, "What you mean? I didn't hear nothing." So they are stopped in the middle of the room. You did stop them, but not so much intimidated or anything like that. And I'd say at this point, does anybody that was leaving the chamber down here, would anybody's not be moving towards Talina and the door? Because everybody was kind of moving that direction originally.
Dax is going to be staying where they are at the moment.
Okay. Spitwick would be moving up with the rest of the group. Merrick, when you turned, did you walk or did you just turn around?
No, I walked away. I walked towards Stelina.
Okay, so I'd say at this point you're there. Basil, you were moving towards the door correctly, or did you stop?
Yep. So Basil would have probably gone through the door and been right behind Talina by this point.
Okay.
He's still sitting, by the way. I don't know if you want.
Or off to the left, depending on if the door only opens in the center.
The door does not open. The door swings open. So like over here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually where I was going to put you. So, okay, and then Othwin and Grigor, are you guys still moving as well?
See.
Yes. Okay, so I'd say you're probably right up there because you're a burb. And Grigor, are you still moving?
Yes.
Okay. And you're, a little battered, so you'd be there. And then Spitwick could be falling behind Othwin because he, burb. Okay, so Dax, you're left alone in the room with the corpse, and kind of watching him bleed out. And obviously he's dead, but there's still a pool of blood pooling around him and his buddy. Lifeless corpse, cut across his throat, bound behind his, his hands bound behind him. Not a pretty picture. Definitely has an effect on you. Hence your alignment change and your brain kind of hurting from, emotionally hurting from this, realizing what you've done. But your party has started to leave the chamber. They've moved up into the next room.
Okay. She's going to stand up, and she's going to start making her way there.
Okay.
But before she leaves, she's gonna wipe her blade on the boot of the guys.
Okay.
On the guy's boot.
Okay. So yeah,
cleaning it.
You clean your blade on the guy's dirty, dusty, bloody leather boot, and stand and walk off, leaving him there in the chamber.
So, and then she's gonna join the back of the group where she's just gonna, she's just gonna hang out right there.
Okay. So Spitwick is in front of you, and he's looking not great. Like again, his hit points aren't like crazy low, but he just looks exhausted from the hit that he took because it was a dagger, which is bigger than what his daggers are, and it was hit him dead in the chest. I mean, it was a good hit, and so he's just looking a little rough.
My dagger is bigger than your dagger.
Right, yeah. So as you guys are kind of recollecting yourselves here at the entrance to this, Spitwick actually takes the little bag off of his shoulder and he holds it up towards Dax. Like he doesn't really look too much at her, but he kind of inside the bag you see some of the parchment scrolls kind of peeking out of it because they're bigger than the bag, and you can tell there's some weight to it. And you realize that the items that you guys have collected from the previous room are in this bag, and he's kind of giving it to you.
Okay. Dax is going to gently grab it from Spitwick, and while she wants to punt him, she's not going to.
Okay.
So she's gonna grab it, and then she's gonna kind of look at Spitwick, and other than tired, is he visibly bleeding or anything like that?
He's visibly bleeding. The wound was rather large on him, and it did a good number of damage to him, even though he was basically uninjured before that. But he's visibly... It's not like it's gushing blood because D&D, but it is bleeding, and he is hurt, and it's bleeding from both sides because the blade was big enough that it actually went through his chest.
Fantasy anatomy. He's still alive.
Well, because it didn't kill him; it just hurt him, and it was big. It was a big enough dagger that it did a number on him.
Okay.
Did you, Tyro? Hold on.
Yeah. I did that like a couple of sessions ago.
Why am I not seeing it in the inventory?
You're not?
No. In the party inventory, you said?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. I don't see it.
Is it something that I did wrong? 'Cause
No,
it's
I don't
there.
think so. Oh, that's requiring distribution. Hold on. That's why. See how it says items requiring distribution to the characters? Hold on a second. I should be able. I just gotta remember how to access that again. Oh my gosh, how do I get there again?
I just clicked the button.
There it is. Party inventory. Here it is. Yep. Okay.
Party inventory.
Yes. So.
Apparently I added it in there.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm gonna go ahead and.
Because it was in, I gave it to Spitwig, so I just put it in the party inventory because it technically wasn't on any of our characters. So.
Yeah.
But if he's giving it back, then.
Items requiring distribution to characters. I'm trying to remember how to.
Me neither. Can you just drag it? Yeah, it's fine.
Yes, there it is. It's now. So now if you go to, it's now actually it's in the party inventory. So. Yeah, so it's there.
See, now I don't see it anymore.
Well, because that's just the party inventory that's for party distribution. Actually, all those currency on the bottom I'm not seeing. Actually, that's kind of interesting. Oh yes, I am. Now I'm seeing it. Okay. Was this from? Do you guys remember what this currency was from? Was that from the big chest?
Yes.
Okay.
The big. Well, basically all the coinage we found in this entire dungeon.
Okay.
That we didn't specifically add to a person, I added to there.
Okay, I'm gonna do this then because this should evenly split it amongst everybody. Yeah. So this is gonna split money real quick for all of you guys. We're not doing that. Not doing that. Not doing that. Okay, there we go. So you guys are each getting from the collective coin that you guys have found so far. You guys are getting 16 platinum apiece, 400 gold apiece, no electrum, 1,000 silver apiece, and 66 copper apiece. Okay.
Uh-huh.
There you go. Should all be in your inventory now. Everybody should have gotten it.
Oh, you just jumping about? Oh, whoa.
There you go. Okay. So, sorry about that. I thought we already did that.
Oh.
It did not
didn't
divvy
get-
to Basil.
It didn't increase the thing.
It didn't give it to me either.
Oh, check your pouches.
Yeah, it should be in your pouches, not in your...
What's a pouch?
Put it in my pouch for some reason.
Yeah, it goes into your inventory, not into, like, your currency. You can move it over there if you want, but...
It's not in the pouch or the backpack
Actually, yeah, no,
for
this,
Basil.
no, that pouch money was from elsewhere.
You're right.
The
That was-
pouch money.
The thing just break.
Yup, sure did.
F in chat.
What was
Well-
the numbers? We can manually.
You know what? That would have been great. Actually, hold on. I have the screenshot in front of me. Hang on a second, and I'll tell you exactly what it was. Give me one
Clip
second.
it. Somebody clip it.
No,
It had a pop-up with
I
the
don't need
exact
to
numbers.
because the screenshot is right in front of me from when you
Oh, yeah,
sent it to me. So
fair.
I just got to do this.
And just let me mathematics because I've got.
Oh, you don't. I don't even need to do that. I'm just going to do this, and I'll tell you what to add to your inventory. So each
But
of you guys
it,
are adding.
It doesn't let us just like add it. We have to replace the numbers. I thought.
No, you can. Well, I think you can just do plus and then hold on. Let me test that.
I'm not able to do plus.
Really? Okay. Well, you guys need to add 16 platinum, each of you. 400 gold. Here, I'll just do this. It'll make it easier. Hold on.
Just gonna copy paste it.
I got the platinum and gold on Basil's sheet.
Okay. There you go.
Wumbo.
I'm putting a screenshot in the chat. Just that's what you're adding to your inventory, so you guys can do it as you want. So, here you go.
Oh, silver.
Okay.
I
so,
accidentally just gave myself 2,338 platinum.
don't do that.
Accidentally,
Sure.
So- As you guys are doing that, you guys are regrouping here. Talina, you're standing across the room, and the two in the middle of the room are looking very perplexed. However, as they're now on alert and they're looking your direction, they can't see you because you're in the darkness, but they can see beyond you because of the light, and they do see several figures standing silhouetted by the light. And they look in your direction and shout across the room, "Oi, who goes there? Who's that? Identify yourself."
As a response,
Okay.
I would like to also do an as a response.
Okay. I would say let's do Basil first, since Talina just did Vicious Mockery.
As a response to them, I walk into the darkness.
Okay, so you disappear into, I'd say right about there. So you're in the darkness, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Technically, you're still. Oh no, wait! I just realized.
Yeah,
back up.
the
I'm sorry.
illumination goes to about like right
Yeah,
here.
Talina is not in the darkness. Unless you guys
I'm
want
so
to.
glad it
Okay,
was
I'll
right
say this.
behind me.
I'm gonna back up a bit because I keep forgetting that where you guys are sitting is not in the darkness. It's on the edge of the illumination. So you have two options. One, I can either scoot everybody up a tiny bit, or one of you can snuff out the torch because several of you are near it.
I was gonna
And
do that.
If you guys snuff out the torch, all of you go in darkness, except for
prestige, whatever the hell the word is, because it's too long for me to say. But I was gonna put out the torch that's right next to us.
So
Yeah.
if you guys snuff those out, if you guys snuff those out, all of you are now in darkness. So
No, he yells out who goes there, and then all the figures just disappear in the darkness.
okay, so the light goes out and all of you vanish.
We're definitely not a terrifying group.
I know you guys are not going the direction I expected, but it's okay. So you guys all disappear into darkness, and both of them, like this guy steps back, and the other guy goes, "What the?" All right, and so now they're looking pretty, and the other guy comes up with his weapon drawn, and looks very nervous as well. What do you guys do? You guys do anything else?
I have a plan, Arthur.
Yeah.
Just
If,
need
if
money.
no one else is doing anything before, it would technically be my next turn.
Oh fuck! Well, I can't do my plan because FMO.
Well, there's no
So you
turn
can
order
do
yet because there's not an active combat.
Well, I was gonna use the prestige. I'm not even gonna try. I was gonna use that to put out the torch that's right next to them to their left, or to those guys right. But the range on it is only 10 feet, so I can't do
You
that.
can't do that, yeah. Okay, so what is Talina gonna do?
I want to cast dancing lights.
Okay, how would you like?
Yeah, so the originally like the four little orbs will be on like the corners of the circle, merge together and like raise into this humanoid shape, as if the humanoid is like coming out of the ground, out of the circle. So just one big light in
Okay.
the middle.
So they all form, and then all at once, and they form into this one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just now you're on the edge of the illumination. So, but because of how bright it is, they can't see you, and so they form into a pillar.
And they can't see that either.
Huh? Yeah. No, you can't see. No one can see past it. Oh, hang on.
Fancy light show.
Yep. So actually, I'll leave it because it's brighter. So yeah, all four of them are still there. And okay, so there's now a humanoid light right on the circle, and they can now see the sigil on the ground because of the brightness of it. Barely, but they can kind of see it. So now what?
I need to do this so I can have the concentration thingy up.
Okay, cool.
And as a bonus action, I can move it for 60 feet towards them. So I may as well.
Okay, go ahead and mark 60 feet for me. Or with your. Oh, geez.
Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna put it there.
So it just moves away from you guys out towards them and
Yeah.
hovers in the middle of the room. And of course, it's a humanoid like column of
Yeah,
light.
I'm trying to make it like be like a ghost, like
Okay.
dashing at them.
Okay. So if that's the case, now I want you to roll me an intimidation check. And it'll just be a standard intimidation check. Yeah.
No advantage because of the light show.
I'll give you advantage because of the whisper that you did earlier, so they're already not sure what's going on. They can't see it. Like between the whole combination of things is not like is definitely have them on edge. That's okay. It beats it. It was a 14. So
Oh, there you go.
so as this happens, it moves towards them, and oh shit, and you just, all three of them basically start booking it towards the door, and they make it about that far.
That was-
Basil
that was
just
four,
kind of
right?
leaning down towards Talina.
As they run away, I just want to let it chase it to use the rest of its movement, just to
Okay, so that's as far as I can go.
push them basically.
Yeah.
Basil's just gonna comment to Talina. So your light show worked this time.
She gets up and dusts off her dress. You know, you win some, you lose some.
Well, I've lost a lot. Can we get out of this shithole?
And you
trying
guys,
to do. Look at
you
the
guys
path
hear,
I
as you guys are
created.
talking, you hear the footsteps of them sprinting away, and they all disappear.
We need
Okay.
to find a safe space to hold up down here.
Yeah, I could do with the rest, but this ain't the place.
Well,
As
since
they're
those three
kind
ran
of-
away, there's going to be more back.
Yeah.
What was that, Dax?
I was about to say, as they're kind of debating on what's going on, Dax is going to, and this is going to be very rare for her. She is going to pick Spitwick up and put him on her shoulder, so that she can kind of just carry him around.
Okay.
Did she just get the evil alignment? Why is she helping Spitwick now?
Well, just because she
I
has the evil
said
alignment
this is
doesn't-
very rare.
Yeah, and just because she has the evil alignment doesn't mean that she is always evil. It just means that she aligns
Oh, I know,
with
I know.
more evil tendencies.
I know.
The way I like
Yeah.
to look at alignments is more so it's partially what you are, but also how others perceive you.
Yes, and that's kind of how I more am doing it as well. But basically, as you go to pick him up, he starts to speak and he passes out, and he kind of flops over your shoulder.
Weakling.
Remember, he's not a high level person, and he's also he's not necessarily a warrior.
So she's gonna not. If he passes out, she's not gonna put him on his shoulder. She's just gonna carry him at that
Oh, okay.
point.
Okay, yeah. So in that case, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mark you with a status of something so I can track this. Let's see. I don't want to have an actual effect on you, but I was hoping to find encumbered or something, but apparently that's not a status.
Is there
effect.
no encumbered?
There
thought
should be.
I thought there was, but I don't see an actual. No.
There's
Exhausted?
restrained.
Nah,
What about exhaust?
because the thing is, remember in Foundry, if I assign something, it's not just a marker. It is an actual effect. Whatever effect these have, it'll actually apply. So, which it's okay. I'll just do. It's fine. We'll just have to remember that you currently have Spitwick on you. It's fine.
Suffocation because Spitwick's heavy and you can't
So
breathe.
I'm gonna make him invisible so that he is on Dax's shoulders. I'm gonna put him right there so I don't lose him. Okay. So yeah. So she goes pick up Spitwick, and as he begins to thank her for her help, he passes out, and she's now carrying him. What do you guys want to do?
Well, there is the door on our left.
Can't wait
She,
to fight another statue.
walks around
Well-
the circle that she made.
I love the hope in your voice, Jesse.
Are we able
It's not
to,
the
free
hope.
move now?
Huh?
Yeah, can you turn off?
Oh,
combat?
I'm sorry. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead.
Actually
Yeah,
do the
end
movie.
combat.
Sorry.
Combat's over. You guys are free to move. Sorry about that. Apologies.
Bassel's gonna move up with Telena. Mostly because he can't see.
Okay.
I have dancing lights, but they're kind of doing something at the
That is
moment.
Yeah, they're
okay.
far.
We,
you guys-
we know what's going on.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
did
and I'm
hear the
just gonna let
footsteps
those
fade into the
float,
distance.
away until it's 150 feet or 120 feet, so they can float all the way to the end of the tunnel. To ward them off from coming back if need be. And yeah, Telena just point. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Telena just points at that door, going, "Well, there is that door."
Dax
I've
is
already
gonna.
torn
be-
down one door.
Why don't we just go back where we know we've already cleared out?
What
Okay.
stealth check got triggered?
No, that was me. I was trying to fix something. I don't know why they did it. They shouldn't have triggered it, but it's fine. Ignore that.
Oh, because that's the way they went. But
They came from the way that we've already cleared.
well, didn't you just see them run?
Yeah, so to clarify what
I
just-
didn't see what direction they
Well,
ran.
remember, she wasn't here when you guys progressed inward,
Oh,
so you
right,
guys came through the tunnel that they have now fled from because they came in behind you, and they've now run back out this tunnel. So
No, and I also legitimately couldn't see which way they ran.
Yeah, sorry. No, they fled basically up out of the room and they
Okay.
disappeared off into the tunnel somewhere up yonder.
Where we originally came from.
Yeah, sorry, game is
Okay.
on pause now. My apologies. There you go. So yeah, where you guys originally came from is where they fled to, and you don't know exactly where they went. You just know that 3 of them fled in that direction, but they're now out of sight, and you can't hear them either.
Just for kicks and shizzles on lights above another 60. I'm still within 120 feet range, so it should be fine.
Oh, hey. I remember I had this. Bass was gonna take a healing potion out of his backpack.
Okay.
Then drink it.
All right. So I've actually never used these in.
It is a legacy one, so
That's fine. That's fine.
I'll just go ahead and click
I think if
the
you just
thingy.
click it, it lets you. Yeah. So
Use
there
the
you go.
ability,
So make sure you're targeted. You
and-
need to target yourself.
I will make sure to do that.
Mm-hmm. And then yeah, go ahead, and then you'll roll the healing. That's a good roll considering those are
Solid.
D4s.
Nice.
Y'all.
And then there you go.
Actually,
So
perfectly average.
7 points of heals. So yeah, so you got take the healing potion and go look down it goes, and 7 points of healing back.
I totally wasn't just going through my inventory to check
You're
on
all
this.
good. So and the nice thing is, if you look in your inventory, it's now gone. It actually
Yep.
consumes it, which I love about this program.
It asked about consuming it, so
Mhm.
yeah.
Good deal.
There's the mysterious potion, and I'm not touching that one yet. I'm not
I've
that
been
desperate.
tempted.
That's
I'm not
right.
desperate enough yet.
I
I'm
forgot.
not desperate enough yet.
I forgot you guys have those. Wait, where is that? Wait, why do I not see that in your inventory?
Mine is
that's
in the
right. I
backpack.
didn't add
You
them.
didn't update it.
Well, I didn't add them as items yet. I have to do that. Thought I did.
I've added
Hold on.
mine, but I don't know if they're the same ones that you created. But I just have unknown potions ones.
I've just got
Uh,
random.
Hold on. They should be. Oh
these-
no, I
these
did
three
not
are
add them.
imported
I
from
still have to add them as potions. That's my bad because I have them in the table, but I didn't add them as items, so I'll have to do that.
That's fine.
That's dumb.
As long as you know what they do and we have written down which ones they are, it's fine.
I do. Okay.
Anywho's what's it's.
Yep. What are we doing?
Does anyone move towards the door Talena pointed out?
Chug chug potion walking towards door.
Dax is staying in the back of the group since she's carrying Spitwick.
Basically standing right in front of the door. And looking it over for a second. Anything seem odd?
Are you investigating or are you perceiving?
I guess we'll investigate the door.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an investigation check. Por favor. It is a door. No, it's the same door as everything else you've seen so far, and a little bit of like movement on it and whatnot. It appears to be a bolted shut door, and the bolt is on your side.
Slide bolt.
Okay.
Turn handle.
Go ahead.
Room explodes.
As the door swings
How the
open,
fuck can't I see anything in that room?
as the door swings in, well, because none of the torchlight is illuminating that direction. It just to you appears pitch black. You can't see anything beyond. As the door opens, it's just darkness beyond that. For Talena and Dax, who've just walked into the line of sight, as you guys look into through the darkness, you see that it is just an entire wall, about 20 feet in, of just rubble from floor to ceiling. It looks like some sort of cave-in long time ago of large chunks of stone, small stone, just all rock, and it's just a wall of rubble. And it's all like, obviously it's cave-in, so it's like the kind of like a slope towards the door. So about 5 to 10 feet in, you can see some of the rubble start.
Dax is gonna walk up, see it, and start walking back, saying, "Well, that's not an option."
This rubble here, does that look like it came from the wall on the left-hand side for us? Or
Like
does it all look like it came from the? from the back?
to you, it literally looks like from the tunnel that looks like it's going off. It looks like it's completely caved in, and that all of this rubble here is just pieces and parts that have kind of slid down, and it all looks like it's a slope from this direction this way essentially. So
Yeah, I was just wondering if the rubble on the southern side was like the side collapsing in.
No, it
And
very
the
much
gauge,
it's
there was more to the left, basically.
no, yeah, it very much appears as if it's a single straight tunnel and it just all has fallen this way.
Well, it was worth a look. Close this door, rebolts.
Rebolts? Okay. This door is now locked.
And go back the way we started. Which
Okay.
is the way that all the dudes went.
Yeah, go ahead, and if everybody wants to move their characters in that direction, go for it.
I'm gonna stay.
Merrick's gonna start putting out torches in this room as they're leaving.
Oh, gonna put them out? Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll make
Spooky,
the
scary,
dancing light
you know.
move up to where I remember the stairs were.
Okay. Do you keep your dancing lights up, or do they disappear?
Yeah. I'm moving those towards the lights, not the lights, the stairs going up to the door over Daresville.
Okay.
And I don't need line of sight on them, I don't think. Let me double check there.
I think you do.
I created
I'm making the sound effects myself.
turn, you can move the lights up to 60 feet to a new spot within range. Within range, doesn't say within line of sight.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I mean, I need to know where they are, but
Yeah,
like,
but
I've
you've also been here, so you can
before,
visualize it in your head. So yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
You went fast. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep them like at the door and not through the door because I don't want to like spook
Okay.
them more. If they've gone this far, that's perfectly fine. We have other options to move.
Go ahead and have everybody roll me a perception check, please.
Perception.
Perception. I need to find it. I'm dumb. Oh, there it is.
Don't I have a thing for perception?
I guess we're back to the dice hating me.
I don't have a special.
It do be like it.
Interesting that I just realized chat
Oh.
can't see your guys' rolls. That's weird. I'll have to fix that. Okay,
That's
so
weird.
let's
Chat, I rolled a 7.
so let's
I had
see.
it worse.
Basil rolled a 17, Dax rolled a 6, Grigor rolled a 19, Othman rolled a 14, Alexander rolled a 7, Talina rolled a 6. Okay, so Basil, Grigor, yeah, Basil and Grigor and Othwin, you all realize that the absence of sound is what you notice. You notice you don't hear footfalls, you don't hear audible voices, you don't hear anything. And that to you is noticeable. You recognize, wait a minute, we saw 3 people run this way. Shouldn't we hear them or see them? And you don't see or hear them at all. The rest of you don't hear or see anything, but you think that also is like, where could they be?
I'm gonna. Yeah, exactly.
What do you
Just to kind of poke the room to see if they went in there and if anything would trigger. Basil's gonna take one of his sling pellets and basically marble flick it into the room.
Into which room? I'm sorry. Oops. There we go. Into that room. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
So that's just to trigger anyone that's hiding.
Okay.
That might be like, yeah, okay.
Okay, so you roll, you kind of flick a small pebble up into the room, and you hear it echo through the chamber, and you hear it hit something of wood, and nothing. You don't hear any response. You don't hear any voices, footfalls, whispers, nothing. Not even make you roll for it.
Enter the room.
Okay, and as you go into the room, it looks exactly the way that you left it earlier. There's nobody in here. It's an empty room. Torch is still going, or lantern is still going on the box, and on the box, and it appears as empty as you left it before.
Ah, yes, the lantern on the boxing.
Brian Regan's jumping in my head now. I got 2 boxing of donuts. All right, and the lights move forward to the base of the stairs, and yeah, and there's still nobody in here.
Waiting for the rest of the party to kind of regroup in this room.
Okay. Is anybody else following?
I didn't think we'd use this room, but yeah, that's fine.
Do you poke and say any concern?
No. Because Talena doesn't know that there's dudes up there. I doesn't. Talena didn't.
No, you guys do
Russell
know. You
doesn't
guys
know it
do
either.
know because when Alexander and Grigor came back down, they indicated you that there were enemies up there. They didn't.
Right.
They didn't give you a lot of detail.
Yeah.
But they did tell you that there was two low hood gang members up at the top of the stairs, and that's why they came back down. They did tell you this.
Good. Then I'm not meta any information by putting my lights at the bottom of the stairs.
Correct. Yep. You're good. What you guys doing? What else?
Is everybody here?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you're all there.
Bassel's moving towards the staircase, following the lights.
Okay. You guys all want to go up the stairs?
The lights ain't going up the stairs.
The lights are not going up the stairs?
Probably staying at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay, so the lights stay at the bottom of the stairs, and is everybody else going to go up the stairs, or is it just Bassel?
I'm just assuming everybody's just kind of behind me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's inside, right? Yeah. I'm just gonna the door.
You close the door? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the bolt for this is on this side, so if you wanted to lock it, you could, because it was slid open earlier when you guys lockpicked it.
Not yet.
Okay, sounds good. Gregor's taking like 5 seconds, 10 seconds to have a breather. Okay. Yeah, whoever's going to go up the stairs, go ahead and move yourself as far as you would like.
Bassel's just kind of waiting at the base of the stairs in case anybody is coming behind him.
Okay.
I don't think we should push our luck there, friend.
He's basically keeping an eye on the staircase too, until a plan is actually sprung.
Well, my out of character plan is to rest somewhere, but up there sounds like a bad place to rest.
I was gonna say, this out of character, if we wanted to take a rest, Bassel's ready to take first, like, Overwatch.
Yeah, you guys can do that if you'd like. If you'd like to do rest, you guys can do that and take and do watches and whatnot. Remember, though, you're talking 8 hours for a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Short rest would be an hour.
Short rest.
Short
At
rest
the
is
very
useless to
minimum.
me.
I mean, it does heal.
Need long rest for my bardic inspirations and my spell slots.
Honestly, I think
True.
I need long rest for spells.
I think only warlocks get attack on short.
So what are you guys doing? You guys doing that?
We should set up camp somewhere, because as she points at Spitwick, because that attacks us in front of her. Some of us are tired.
I agree. Just where are we supposed to do it down here? And I mean, the airship plans are probably long gone by this point.
I mean, you guys haven't been down here that long. It's been a couple of hours.
I mean, we know the low hoods took it, right? Or we heavily suspect.
Yes,
that
no,
they
you know
did?
the low hoods have the plans. You know that they stole them from you because you saw. So basically, to give you guys a recap, they were stolen from some sort of unknown entity that used smoke grenades and such to overwhelm and quickly steal the plans off of you and then disappear into the darkness. However, Alexander and Dax watched two hooded individuals appear in a dark alley and hand something over that Merrick believed was the plans to some sort of commanding figure of the low hoods in an alley, and then before you guys could steal the plans, they spotted you and tried to overtake you, and you had to run.
I believe it was Garo that actually stated there was like a mansion or something across town.
That's where you guys are heading. He told you basically
Yes.
where that the plans are probably at the one of the strongholds on the western edge of the city near the cliffs over the river. It was an abandoned mansion of some kind, and Cassivus recognized the location, and he said, well, your better bet to get over there is going to be going underneath the city so you don't get spotted, and that's when he opened his secret passageway into the catacombs, and you entered through the secret passageway, and now you're down here. So you guys are making, I know it's been a while, so I apologize, but you are making your way to that mansion.
So we can't necessarily go back the way we came. We make no progress at all that way. That other route, there's that gaping hole in the walkway. This is the first time Basil's mentioned the other route.
What other route? Wait, what?
The tunnel that's on this, he's talking about the tunnel down here that some of you have already looked at. Because you were down there too, Talina, because you were using your dancing lights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where you guys basically found a big... Yeah, there was a big massive hole in the ground that almost swallowed up one of you, and there's no way across it without possibly dying.
Unless you want me to rip a door off one of the walls and we trust the door with our weight. Could also take a lid from one of these crates.
Let's call that Plan C.
So what's our current plan B?
I mean, if we're not going to chase on like their heels, we may as well take a rest and make sure that whatever we walk into, we can handle.
In the storeroom or somewhere else?
This sounds like as good a place as any, but I'm not a fan of how close we are to where we last spotted them. Anyone have any better ideas? If a minute has passed since I cast the dancing lights.
Yeah, it would have been a minute, yeah. So those are gone?
No, but I'm not recasting them.
Okay.
What about the room with all the pillars? Seemed to have only had one way in.
Sure. That works, I guess.
Be a trail back.
Yeah, but like what? Maybe a minute walk. We're planning on spending.
Yeah, it would not be a long walk to get over there. You guys head back into that room.
Doing a quick head count.
1, 2, 3.
And
4,
notices
5.
he does not see one.
Where's Burb?
What is Burb doing?
Where's Burb?
Burb is in a box.
Burb is in a box. Well, that's a picture frame.
That's a picture. It looks like a box to me.
It's a picture frame.
How rude.
If you would want, though,
Yeah.
this box is the one Spitwick was pushed into.
Yeah, she's in that box.
She's in that box? Okay. So Burb is now...
She made a nest.
Burb is in the box. She made a nest. Okay, so Burb is in the box.
The box. It's a Burb.
Where's EP?
That bird sleeps more than a kitten.
It's a tiny Burb. It gets exhausted. So are you guys holding up here, or what are you guys doing?
Yeah, well, it's been offered to hold back into the room over Heresville.
Okay, do you want to go over? You guys want to head back to that room and take a look at it and try to set up camp there?
Basil gave the suggestion.
Yeah, Telena's like asking if anybody has any other ideas or any objections.
Dax has no objections or anything like that. She just wants to sit down.
Okay. So I'm gonna assume
Same.
then if nobody's saying no, you
Yeah.
guys are headed over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and everybody start making your yeah. Go ahead and everybody start moving your way there through the corridors and everything. And as you guys make your way there, you guys don't hear any more footsteps. You guys don't see any more enemies. This has become eerily quiet. You hear the occasional sound of water drip down or a stone fall or something. Just the ambient sounds of the caverns and catacombs that you're in. Obviously, this chamber, the way that it is, you obviously know that these statues are not friendly. No, you thought you knew. Before we go further, would Dax remember this, or would Dax actually walk right through the spot? Because Dax was there when these things went off the first time.
Oh no, she would. She's being careful how she's going.
Okay, so we're gonna back up and say that you didn't trigger that because she's being careful.
I was looking at flamethrower grips already.
Yeah, I bet you were. So, if you then at that, because you would remember this, like this isn't something that you guys haven't seen already. As you're about to take a step and you realize, wait a minute, I know where I am, and you sidestep, and you're good to go. Otherwise, normally I wouldn't give you that, but because you guys have physically watched this happen before, you know this exists.
Talina would be the last through the doors, so I'm assuming Grigor grabs the bird.
Is Grigor grabbing the burb, or the whole box that the burb is in?
Whole box.
The whole box. Okay, so.
That's a big box.
So you actually, you know what? I think. Okay, I can't grab that box, but I can grab a box. So we're gonna grab a box, because that whole box is all the boxes. It's a thing.
You're easily clicking boxes to figure out which one is whose box.
No, I'm hovering over all the boxes, and like if I grab the box, I'm grabbing all of those boxes up there together because they're all one image. So we're gonna do this. So we're gonna say that you actually wait a minute. We're gonna grab
Theater of the Mind.
Theater of the Mind. It's okay. I have a box. So all right. So you grab the burb. I'm gonna go ahead and make the burb invisible.
Just turn me into a box.
Yeah, you. So, Grigor, if you want to go ahead and move where you're going to move, I'm taking care of Baby Burb right now. Don't worry about that. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. But yeah, you guys are free to move how you want. Just remembering, obviously, where those that trap was, because you guys did find it. Okay. Talina, are you moving as well, or are you staying put?
Alright, yeah, I'm following. I also remember statue. I remember. Oh, hello.
Okay. So yeah, so you guys all make your
Yeah,
way
I
back into the
definitely
room.
remembered.
Yeah. And as you guys make your way into the chamber, you guys find that it is basically left exactly the way that you found it, which there's one way in and one way out as the tunnel, as the corridor essentially. There's two torches still glowing in the room, and there's some old empty crates in the corner. There's some rubble in the corners. It's basically just kind of an area of the chamber that's kind of been left untouched. Grigor, let me know where you want to place the box, and I will go ahead and place it. Where is Grigor placing the books? Right there?
All right.
A makeshift box for Spitwick. Okay, all right. So Spitwick, let me grab him because he is. Oh, apparently I can't do that.
Sorry, I was
No, you're
doing
good.
the lean there because Basil's basically going to sit down at this post for his rest.
Good grief, Spitwick. Nothing. I accidentally dragged Spitwick over an old trap you guys triggered. Okay, so Spitwick is in that empty box asleep, and Othwin is in that empty box asleep. Okay, I'm sorry. What was Basil doing?
Basically going to be set down, setting up bedroll at this position.
Okay.
Essentially leaned up by this pillar,
Mhm.
which is out of sight from the doorway,
Okay.
but easy enough to lean and take a look if in case anything's making noise and coming this way.
Okay, cool. So are you taking the first watch then? Are you
Yes.
guys taking a long rest or a short rest?
I'm assuming long.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's how we're
We're
gonna
gonna
do.
go long.
Cool. So here's what we're gonna do. So if Basil's taking the first watch, everybody else. So who's taking? Because it'll be a total of 3 watches, if I remember correctly, for a long rest to do it, so that everybody gets a long rest.
Or
Huh?
because it's 8 hours. Long rest is 8 hours, and you can do it max 2 hours a watch. So it needs to be 4 watches.
So 4 watches. So who's taking first? Who's taking second? Who's taking third? And who's taking fourth? And
Basil
remembering
won.
that Talina takes a shorter rest than everybody else. So obviously Basil's first. So let me write that down.
So technically, Talina might be able to take what?
I can take the last 2 watches. Yes.
The last 2 watches.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. You only need to do 3 watches then. So who's taking second watch? Someone besides Talina.
Oh, Dax will.
Dax is on second. Okay, and then Talina will be third and fourth.
And we can double up on the watches.
Yes,
just
you
to
guys
make
can double
sure.
up. If anybody else wants to do that, you guys are welcome. So Basil at least is on first, Dax is on second, then Talina's on third and fourth, and who's on first? We knew that. Sorry,
I was waiting for
right
it.
there.
I was waiting for it.
But sorry, I realized the game was paused. Does anybody want to double up on any of those before we continue with this?
I'll take the third watch.
We'll take the third watch with Talina. Okay, so Grigor is going to assist with the third watch. Okay. Does anyone want to assist with fourth, second, or first? Because Spitwick and Othwin are asleep, so it would have to be either. Actually, it would just have to be. Would be Merrick? Would Merrick be assisting with any of these watches?
Sure, with the second. Why not?
Second. Okay. Actually, I guess
Just pick
Othwin
the
could
random
wake up
number.
and assist with one of them if she'd like. Would
Do we want her to?
I was gonna say, would Othwin assist with any? Or would Well, the funny thing is, Othwin's the only one that's not is barely injured. It just needs all her spell slots back. So she's just exhausted. She's not actually hurt.
She's just useless.
You know, even if she doesn't volunteer, Talina will wake her up for the last watch.
For the last watch, okay. So she'll assist with the fourth then.
I just imagine that while everyone else is asleep, she would get bored and go cause noise.
Don't even give her ideas, man. All right. So
Please
Basil's on
don't
first
give
watch
her
by
ideas.
himself, and everybody else is assisting with the others. Okay. So with that being said, here's how we're gonna do this. I want you. Okay. So Basil, you're gonna roll me. You're gonna roll me a perception check. But first, we're gonna take a quick break. So everybody, go to the restroom, do everything you can do, because I gotta pee. And then we're gonna do that. So, but what we're gonna do to make this easy is, when it's your watch, one of you is gonna roll a perception. Actually, everybody on the watch is gonna roll a perception check. And the way I'm gonna do watches is whenever you guys are on watch, you guys are gonna roll 1 perception check for every watch you are a part of, and then based on that roll, we'll determine what, if anything, happens. So that's just for the future reference. Anytime we're doing rest, because it's the first time we've done one like this, where it's out in the wilderness, you're not doing it in a safe place somewhere. Whenever it's unsafe, it will be pretty much how you'd expect: 1 perception roll per person per watch, and something may or may not happen essentially. But in the meantime, I need to go pee, so we're gonna do a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Oh, wait.
What are we breaking?
Everything.
Well, everything is you guys.
10 minutes left. Remember to do your Duolingos.
So you're about 5.5 hours late.
No, I gotta go. I gotta go do other stuff though, real quick.
Actually, I think you're about 1.5 years late for my Duolingo, but it's. I don't fear the. I was gonna say bluebird. It's not a bluebird. It's a green one. What color is the duo owl again?
Green.
Green. Okay. Yeah, I'm not scared of a bird.
I'm so scared of it, I haven't touched it in weeks.
Ah, yes. Apparently, my Prime membership is renewing on Tuesday, January 14th, as I've been informed by random letters and numbers and hyphens and at random letters and numbers. Bam and delete. Yes, the downside of having your own website, people's. The moment that domain leaks, everybody emails you with all the spam.
Oh, I feel so much better. Sorry about that. Everyone's still gone?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. All right. I don't know. Third base. I just saw your comment. I love that. Okay. Actually, this is perfect time for me to...
Back.
Welcome back. Once we get everybody back, we'll jump back in. I feel so much better. Thank you for letting me use the restroom. Appreciate it. All right, I have that figured out. And then let's go ahead and keep... I'm also, I'm finishing what I thought I'd already done, which is I'm adding the potions that you guys found as actual items so that we can just add them to your inventory. I figured out a way to do it the exact way I want, so...
How dare you to have to go to the bathroom.
I know. I'm a horrible person. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Monhold's here. Melon, Shadow, Tyro. So we're just waiting on Jesse and Iced.
I'm here.
Oh, there's Iced. Okay.
But Ice sounds tired.
How you doing, Iced?
I struggle busting.
You struggle
but I'm
busting?
It is 0-0.
I was about to say, I am also getting towards the struggle bussin area.
Okay.
We have hit a very, very good moment.
We can, yeah. And
To,
what we're going to
to
do
hold.
is I'd like to at least get us through the long rest. And then we will pick up when you guys are full. That way you can start the next session with all of your stuff back, essentially.
Stonks.
Does that sound okay?
Stonks.
Okay. So, I think everybody's back. So what we're going to do is, first up, Basil, you're on first watch by yourself. So I need you to roll me a perception check. Just straight perception, no advantage, disadvantage, anything like that.
Sold it. Exhaustion.
So, yeah, so, actually, how do I do this? Okay, so...
Your
as
Twitch
everybody's
screen is
asleep-
still on BRB.
Oh, thank you. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Make sure it goes the right
Not that Jeff
scene.
can see the rolls anyway.
Yeah, I don't know what... Ooh, what the...
Shh, they don't need to know that. What
Why did that break? Oh, wait.
I
Hold
don't
on.
know.
I know why. I know
What
why.
is
It was on the wrong...
There
There we go. There we go. Yep, I realized what was going on. Sorry.
Heresy.
The Stream Deck.
Heckness.
The Stream Deck took me to the wrong. The button took me to the wrong scene, so we should be good now. Okay. So, within perception of 8, as the group is, make sure to do this so everybody's visible. As the group is sleeping soundly, in their various corners of the room. Did you guys snuff out the torches? Or are those staying on, by the way?
Merrick would have.
Merrick would have? Okay, because I forgot to turn them off earlier, so I just wanted to double check. Okay, so it is dark in here. So you are sitting in basically darkness. The hours, the several hours go by, and you hear the sound of footsteps in the distance. And it doesn't sound like a lot, and it doesn't sound close. It just sounds potentially in the other chamber you were in earlier, but you hear the sound of multiple footfalls moving through the chamber. What does Basil do?
staying within his position behind the pillar.
Mm-hmm.
He's just watching and peeking around the corner towards that doorway.
Towards over here? Okay.
Mhm.
After a couple of moments, the footsteps seem to be getting like they're closer-ish, and then it's at that point that I'm not going to drag them on screen here, but you do see three Low Hood gang members, just normal guys, exit out of the doorway here, and then proceed down the hall. And you kind of hear them mumbling to each other, and you do see them nearby. They look kind of over in your direction at the darkness, but none of them make any advancement in your direction. They walk by and they disappear further down the tunnel beyond your line of sight. Obviously, with your line of sight being minimalized due to your lack of dark vision in the pillar.
Essentially, up here is where I can see after peeking.
Yep, and that's dark. Yeah, and they disappear into the darkness that way. Do you do anything?
No.
Okay.
I will stay back here and just ensure that they do not approach.
Okay. So as you continue to watch, you hear the footsteps disappear into the distance, and you remain quiet. And they disappear. That's it. And the rest of the first watch proceeds without any more incident or any more detection. And it's time for the second watch. So at this point, Daxori and Merrick, you guys would now be awake and taking over the watch for Basil.
Before Basil goes to rest, he will let them know about the patrol or the group that had gone down that hallway.
Okay.
Or corridor. And then he would just essentially stay with his bedroll at this position and rest.
All right. Sounds good. So in that case, Merrick and Daxori, if you guys want to go ahead and roll me your perception checks, each of you, please. Okay.
9.
With a 6 and 12 respectively. Okay. So basically, you guys are there, and do you guys sit next to each other? Do you position yourselves anywhere in the chamber, or do you basically just kind of wake up in your bedrolls and just sit there quietly?
I would reposition closer to a door. I know
Okay,
that
go ahead
doesn't know me.
and put you where
I
you
like
would
to
be. So I have
attempt
an
to
idea.
movement collides with the wall.
Okay. And would
I'll
Dax
just
be
be, like,
over
here
with
against the
Merrick,
wall.
or would Dax kind of be off by herself?
Over with Merrick.
Okay. Zoop. So, as you guys are over here and now kind of on higher alert than maybe you were before, with the the existence of a patrol in the area, you guys progress through your watch, and thankfully, nothing seems to happen. No more patrols come by. It stays pretty well quiet. You don't hear any distant sounds or anything. It's pretty uneventful watch, thankfully. Do you guys want to do anything during that watch? Any conversation that you wish to have, or things that you'd like to do before it's up? Because it lasts about 2 hours.
Dax is honestly too tired. She's just kind of keeping all of her energy to focus on making sure they don't get snuck up on.
Okay, good deal. Merrick, anything that you'd do, or would it basically just be an uneventful
Oh,
watch?
I'm muted. Same.
Same? Okay.
Just chilling.
Super easy then. All right, so third watch. This is going to be Grigor and Talina. So the other two of you can go back to your bedrolls. Would you guys relay the information about the patrol that Basil told you about?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, Grigor
And then we'll
Talina,
say that nothing happened during our stuff.
there you go. So Grigor and Talina, you've been relayed information on the existence of a patrol, but they've not been seen in the last 3 hours. And there was an uneventful watch. So you guys can go ahead and sit up where you'd be to keep an eye out, and the other two can go to bed.
Hey Dax, could you move? Because I want to sit there. That looked like a good spot.
I'll just move her back to her bed.
Yay.
Okay. All right.
I can see the entire length of that hallway.
Yeah,
Whoa.
you can. Yeah, so you can see all the way down. You're a good person to keep watch. Okay, so
Actually, almost
Grigor and
there.
Talina, go ahead and each roll me a perception check.
Good thing I have backup.
Okay. So the first hour of your watch goes by uneventful. During the second hour of your watch, you guys hear a single set of both of you, but specifically Grigor first. Weirdly enough, Grigor happens to catch this before Talina, but you hear a single set of footprints that like scurrying, stop, scurrying, stop, scurrying, stop. And Talina, at the very end of the hallway, this is when you notice a single individual. No, they're not on the screen because I don't have one for them right now. And it's a single individual hooded with a cloak with some sort of large leather backpack on their back and some sort of staff or rod or longsword or something attached to it that goes up taller than them. And they scurry into the tunnel. They look all the way down. You see them. You can kind of make out the shape of them kind of peering down the tunnel. And then you kind of see them cock their head to the side. And then they kind of slink back into the darkness, and you hear the footsteps from this distance start to scurry away. And then after about 10 or so minutes, you hear the same scurrying footsteps kind of muffled, kind of forward and to your right. And you realize they're coming from the large chamber, that large double-wide, essentially, chamber. And it sounds like they're slowly moving through the chamber. And
This way.
yes, basically, you're hearing them. Essentially, you hear them enter that room, and then you kind of hear what it sounds as if they're moving kind of this way. Do you do anything?
I just look over my shoulder and make sure Grigor heard it.
Grigor, you would hear it. Obviously, the elven ears would hear more detail, but you do. Obviously, you were the first to identify it, so you can definitely tell something's going on. You can kind of hear the footsteps. Yeah, so he nods to acknowledge it.
He knows we're not at a threat or anything, so I'm gonna just let it go.
You're gonna let it go? Okay. So then after about 10 more minutes, you hear the sound of a loud metallic followed by the sound of a whooshing sound. That sort of sound. And then you hear a scream and then silence. And the rest.
Well, that's not mysterious.
And then the rest of your watch goes uneventful after that point.
That whooshing sound, does that sound at all like, I don't know, a flame statue triggering?
Roll me a what's the word? I think it'd be an. Hold on, what is it? It would be. Yeah, roll me. I guess it would be a perception check on this actually. With advantage. By the way,
Well,
it's okay. Just roll me a second one. You're pretty sure you've heard this sound before, and you're pretty sure that it's the sound of fire.
I didn't hear scream, so it missed, which is fine.
No, you did hear a scream. You heard
I
yeah,
did hear.
Yeah, you did hear. You heard a metallic shlink, and then you hear the sound of some sort of whooshing that you're pretty sure is the sound of fire, and then you heard a scream and then silence.
I can create an illusory image that fits in my hand that lasts for a turn. So I'm just gonna turn to Grigor and like have a little like animated dude get set on fire and then disappear. And I look at Grigor like seeing if he understands what I meant by that.
I love the little idea of just showing a hologram in your hand.
And she turns back to face the hallway and kneels back to work on her little writing project that she has going.
Okay. If that's the case, then the two of you, the rest of your, the third watch goes by uneventful. Grigor, you can go back to sleep. Talina, with the fourth watch, you said you wake up Othwin?
Yeah, I'm gonna get the burb.
Okay, so Othwin, you are you're not aroused. Wow, no, roused from your sleep, and you find Talina is looking at you, and it's dark in the room, but with your dark vision, you can see her, and but yeah, you're awakened by Talina.
He taps on her shoulder.
That's your earlier comment. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Yeah, no. It's a very big difference when you add that A in front of that word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The burb is awake.
Burb is awake. And yeah.
Does she hop on shoulder?
Burb, stop highlighting things. Burb's going around. She don't know where she's at now.
Yeah, because she woke up here,
tapped
so
on her shoulder to indicate like hop on.
I don't know if Burp fits on shoulder. Burp fits in bag. Burp fits on shoulder.
Or we'll hop on the shoulder.
I'm just gonna sit back where I was sitting, and the bird can probably see over my shoulder to the thing she's writing, and if Burb is reading along, I will whisper you what she is writing.
Is the burb
Is Burb watching along?
is burb watching along? Dragon.
Alright, I
reading
muted my
shoulder?
mic on accident.
Oh, it's okay. Is burb watching along?
No,
No. Okay.
she's not really paying attention.
Okay. In that case, I need both of you to roll me perception checks, please.
Yes. That one.
Okay. So
I do relay
so
that
then,
when the things that have gone on during
Oh.
the night so far.
of course. So yeah. So in that case, with that roll, the next 2 hours go by uneventfully and quiet here in the darkness as you scribble on your notebook there, and yeah, 2 hours goes by uneventful, and the 8 hours is complete. The watch is successful, and everybody starts to slowly awaken from their slumber, and you guys all have gotten your long rest.
Is it a new day?
With 8 hours, it is.
abilities?
Yes, it would be at this point after everything that's gone on. Yes, it is a new day. I forgot that it asks you that.
Ask because the thing asked.
Yep. So I know we had a big discussion about how long rests may work, but because we're already mid-campaign and everything like that, we will go into those details maybe later on, either for a different campaign or something. We'll just use the standard long rest rules for now. So you guys all get your hit points back. We'll say that during the course of the night, during your watches, whatever, that you were doing some minor first aid to yourselves, you were patching yourselves up. You weren't just going to sleep and magically waking up and 100% better. But for the sake of the game, you guys get your hit points back. You guys get your spells back. It is a new day. It is a good, nice rest for everybody.
Am I able to just click long rest?
Thank you for the follow.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. On your sheet, click new rest, and it is a new day. Okay.
Yay!
Yep. So you guys are now back to full operating strength. You guys got pretty lucky. But yeah, is there before we end the session, is there anything you guys would like to do with this fresh new day and everybody's awakened and good to go? Anything anyone wants to do or before we wrap it up?
I want to win roleplay.
I don't think you can win
I
that.
didn't think I could facepalm so hard.
Vassal's going to eat one of his rations and sip from his water skin.
I don't think you can beat roleplay.
You underestimate. I'm kidding. You can't.
How
You totally
dare you roleplay?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cringe.
You don't win roleplay. You just get a little bit farther each time.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Pretty good win.
So are you
I'll
guys
take that W.
are you guys staying here in this chamber, or are you guys going to venture out before you guys decide to?
I'll just stay here until next time.
Okay. All right. So you guys basically awaken, and we'll go ahead and call it here. And as I said, you guys got your long rest to be able to start the next session fully recharged. And we will pick it up here next session.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Woo, magic.
Fantastic. All right. Well, let's thank you guys very much for playing. We actually not. I think we're pretty on schedule here. I mean, I think we're a little early, if I'm not mistaken. But this is good. This is a good
It's
spot.
a little bit earlier of a stop, but
it's a good stopping point.
It's the first time back, and
Mhm.
everybody's a little groggy, sleepy.
Yeah, exactly. So all good. This is perfect. Thank you guys very much for playing. Thank you, chat, obviously, for watching. The highlight will be up here in the next couple of days, as well as I need to get session 13 on YouTube, and then session 14 will follow. Yeah, if you guys have any notes or anything you want to put in chat to remind you next time, please feel free to do so. I'm going to fix you guys' mystery potions that you guys have. I'm going to make sure you guys actually have a physical item in your inventory so you don't have to track it. I actually figured out a way to do it, so I'm going to work on those here as soon as we're done. And yeah, we will see everybody in the next one. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have a good night.
Bye, chat.
Bye, Chad.